Welcome to Dungeons and Chickens, the podcast where chickens fight back.
Hello.
Oh, whoa.
Episode 2.
Episode 2. So last time, our group partying adventure group found themselves leaving Especea in search of each getting their own bounties. They heard about the recent monster attacks, and each one of them decided to go and make a difference about it. And so they all decided to hop in a cart by circumstance, whatever that be fate. We'll never know. Or will we? But you guys started making your way to Especea, and you guys were on the way making through a cart. You guys took a shortcut through a spit of woods, in which you guys were suddenly stopped by a group of what seemed like humanoid fish creatures, which the people here like to think that they're just a fish creature with 2 legs and just a fish head.
They're fans.
Fans. They got stopped by a group of fans, in which they decided to go and kill them. Well, one of them decided to kill him, and you guys decided to make your way, stand in on your way out, and you guys started making your way to Especea first thing in the morning. So we open our scene today, starting out with you guys start loading your stuff on the cart, loading your belongings. You don't have too much, just mainly the swords and weapons on your back and whatever bravery to bring with you. So first off, you guys are getting onto a cart. Would you guys like to hire a driver, or would one of you like to drive the cart?
Didn't our last driver die?
Yeah, our last driver died. Have we still got Arthur with us?
Yeah, you do. Yeah, yes, you do. Yeah, you do. Yeah, so he's still there. He greets you, says, "Hey, ready to go?"
What was his name again? I lost my notes.
Arthur.
Legend.
Absolute legend who slept
Sleeping with his eyes
battle.
open.
Yeah.
I have him named as Leather Armor Guy.
Leather armor guy. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, would you guys like him to drive, catch some sleep? What would you guys like to do?
Oh, I had a good night's sleep. I don't know about you guys. So, we heading north today, guys?
Yeah.
Silence.
I'm just sorry, Delilah is sort of staying quiet. You can see that she has her bird Saul with her, who definitely was not with her the previous day. And she's just kind of a little bit detached from everything at the minute.
Is that a bird?
Yeah, you didn't have that bird yesterday. That's quite a feat to have him follow you around like that. What's his name?
I don't think it's any of your business, to be honest.
That's a very long name for a bird.
you see Arthur kind of just like he kind of giggles.
Hey, a man of good humor there.
Just shoot him a really withering glare.
I thought you were just gonna end it at shoot him.
I take out a Glock and I just straight up shoot him. No disrespect here.
You've spoken your last words, Arthur. All right.
So, Arthur, considering that you finished driving the cart yesterday, after the incident, are you happy to drive again today? You seem to be pretty good at the reins.
Oh, yeah. I was able to. I'm used to sleeping, out on the road. And anyway, I can drive, especially since I still kind of owe you guys one for, yesterday. Sorry about that.
It was an impressive feat to sleep for so long with your eyes open, so I'll give you that.
Thank you. I really appreciate it. I've once been told that my sleeping is quite heavy. Anyway, so does anyone want to be the lookout just to kind of help me?
Yeah, I'll sit up front with you. You seem like I want to get to know you a little bit more. You seem like a pretty upbeat chap. Yeah, I'll come sit up front with you. These two are a little bit quiet. I'll leave them to it.
I glare at him.
All aboard, guys. We'll take you out of here and into Especea.
Awesome.
And so I'm assuming Delilah and Allura just kind of get on the back of the cart without much resistance, and you guys begin making your way out of this small city, and you guys begin to move. Let me just pull up something real quick.
I'm guessing again, is it the same cart? So it's kind of like it is open air. Open air cart.
All right, yeah. So you guys start to make your way out of Glamourstead, and you guys begin to make your way out on the road again, and you guys begin to follow the path that leads you out of Foderos. Now, see, Foderos actually has some defenses that you guys need to like bypass eventually, because there's like 2 watchtowers, so you're gonna need to go through some borders basically.
For reference of the people watching the video, the 2 watchtowers are currently pictured top left.
So you guys, I would say it's about like 10, maybe like early, like you guys got an early start. I would say like you eat breakfast, and then like around 10 o'clock you guys start making your way out. And as you guys are making your way, first of all, I'm gonna need Lyris, can you roll a perception check?
Oh, here we go. First roll of the day. It's gonna be amazing. I've got
Okay, it's passable.
Not funny though, is it?
even harsh and meta.
Nearly got like 3 nat 20s last game. So.
Goodness, yeah, that was nuts. But Lyris, you're keeping your eyes on the horizon. It's kind of difficult at times because you are engaging with conversation with Arthur on your way there, so you get a bit distracted.
Fair enough.
Anyways, so when you guys start making your way, and as you guys start to leave the town, Arthur just kind of turns to you, says, "Lyris," he's like, "So what's your deal, huh? I mean, I don't mean to pry on you, but you seem kind of like an open book."
I consider myself a bit of a storyteller. Nah, I'm just kidding. I like to try and be the light of the room where I can. I'll be honest. My story's a bit of a long one, probably longer than this trip will bear. But I don't mind opening up a little bit to you. I mean, to keep it a bit short and sweet to begin with. I'll be honest. I've been hit by a bit of I've been dealt a bad hand. Let's say it that way. But I'm making the best of it. I mean, let's start with the positives. I've spent the last kind of 15 years or so with. He's a bit of a mentor. He's passed away now, but he's kind of taught me everything I know. And sorry, it's a little bit hard to talk about. It's quite a recent loss, but put it this way: I just want to spread a little bit of positivity in this world that hasn't always shown it to me.
I'm sorry to hear that, friend. Losing people you love is tough, especially if they were a big influence on you. I actually lost a mentor of mine. I was actually trained in, if you won't believe it, I've actually trained in Foderos Failgon.
Failgon, you say?
Yeah, I trained in the Steel Fist Legion.
Where? When did you leave?
So we were on a mission. Normal like patrol mission kind of thing. I went out with this patrol group, and we went over some hills, and we entered the Ashen Land, and we were assigned there to kind of keep the peace, and kind of, even though we weren't supposed to be there, it was our orders to kind of just maintain the peace while we're there. And when we were there, we entered Droda, the nearest city. It's a titty.
He said titty.
I saw your reaction. You just suddenly went tight lip, like, oh fuck. Can we keep that in, please?
Oh, that's not being cut out. Although this YouTube video now is not suitable for kids.
Yeah, as if it wasn't already. We entered the city, and we saw like an orc family kind of thing. And one of my colleagues, one of my scouting buddies, kind of turned to me and was like, "Watch this," essentially. And he went over and kind of just started. He started. I mean, like I mean, I can't really, but the brutality of war is never something to be scoffed at. And he started beating one of the parents in the streets. And since like the Ashen Land, we were during the time they were. Sorry, it was kind of difficult. Just watch them being beaten. And I ran over, and because times of war were tough, and since the Ashen had just been attacked by Failgon, they kind of were in beaten submission. And so when my friend went and started beating him, I went over and I slit his throat. And
oh, wow.
He bled out, and I panicked, and I immediately just ran. Like, I don't I had a couple other buddies with me, and they're trying to make a demonstration in the streets for no reason, and they weren't even doing anything. I had been trained my entire military career just to do what you're told. But and I've been doing my job for about 5 years or so, no issues. But this was the first thing that kind of really got to me, and I ran, just kind of like I ran into the Ashen Land and just kind of throughout it, and I eventually found my passage to Foderos eventually, and after, I kind of just made my way here and looking for bounties. Something I can't ever go back to Failgon, but I don't think I would want to anyway.
Well, Arthur, I appreciate you opening up to me. That couldn't have been hard to do. I can't lie to you, sir. I was holding back a little bit because I was, I got to be very careful with who knows my past. And at this point, I pull out my light hammer, which is kind of like, it would have been on my right hand side. I'm not sure where Arthur sat to me, but I'm not sure if it had been covered. And I kind of just hold the hammer in front of me. And for reference, again, for those who don't remember from episode 1, the hammer is described as a short leather-handled hammer with a squared iron double-sided head. Specifically, the reason why I'm pulling it out, the side of the head carries the mark of the Legion from Failgon, the Iron Legion. So I take that in front of me and kind of hold it up to Arthur and kind of look at him in a kind of an empathetic way of, I know.
And he kind of takes a back a bit. He kind of like, and he's like, well, shit. Seems like you don't still work for him, right?
No, I should have probably started with that. No, I don't really want to go into it right now. It's a tale for another night, I promise. I got out when I was 12 years old. I also saw the brutality firsthand, and I just ran and been hiding from ever since. I was lucky that I was able to be raised by someone else, but that's one of the reasons why I'm heading north as well, to get as far away from that land as possible.
It's tough being a soldier on duty, just having to do your job, but sometimes you just can't. I mean, your emotions get in the way, even though they try and beat that out of you.
I like you, Arthur. We're gonna be good friends.
And he kind of does he extends his arm, but it's like he wants to do one of those like handshakes kind of thing. He kind of he outstretches his hand to do like a handshake kind of thing.
Now, because my character's never done that before, I'm gonna kind of I'm gonna have to describe this well. I kind of lean because of how forward his arm is extended, because he wants me to technically clasp, his kind of near his elbow. I lean back so I'm able to actually grab his hand. So I'm to kind of make up the distance. So I kind of lean back and then grab his hand and shake it.
I thought you were gonna go in for a hug.
Yeah, I thought you were just gonna be like hug, but
I should have done that. You guys can play my character better than me.
You kind of just lean back and and just so you know, you're a tall dude, so you're kind of just leaning back, and you're kind of leaning off the cart a bit, but you kind of shake his hand. He kind of looks you up and down yeah.
So,
and he kind of but thanks for accompanying me on the road. It's nice to get someone who understands, because people listen. All kinds of people listen. Some don't, some do. But and the people that understand, that's something different.
I went 12 years of my life, which felt like an eternity, not being listened to. I'm always there to listen to others. Not gonna lie, was that perception check just to be able to look into the heart and soul of Arthur? Because I hope it was.
No, it's to look in the heart and soul of what's in front of you.
All right.
You're like, hey, wait, is that a treat?
Whilst I'm just staring into Arthur's eyes.
Yeah, so he kind of just nods, and he kind of just looks at. He's if he's trying not to get emotional, you can kind of tell, but because he finally finds someone who understands or whatever. But he kind of, it feels like he has a lot of the emotion kind of trained out of him, so he kind of just looks forward and just kind of nods.
Yeah. Cool.
So as you guys are making your way out, you guys are going to you guys after I would say an hour or two on the road. So you guys are coming upon mid-afternoon, or not mid-afternoon, just afternoon. You guys you kind of hear Arthur say, "Hey guys, checkpoint up ahead. We gotta get checked. Especially if we're going out into Especea. This isn't a place for commoner, so we got to prove. We got to kind of show them what we got and like that we're trained to go out there, basically.
I've never been this far north. What are they expecting of us?
Essentially, I'm pretty sure they're just going to ask us about like what weapons we have on me, and they're going to verbally make us say. I personally risk my life to go out into Especea because it's pretty harsh and not many people come back alive, so they kind of have to.
Understandable.
They can't have like just anybody run out there. All right, so as you guys start approaching this like checkpoint, as Arthur called it, you guys begin to see these two tall towers, and you guys can see that on the top of these towers, you see archers drawing their bows and pointing right at you, just getting ready, just in case if they need to, just kind of at the ready. And you kind of see two silver armored guards from Foderos that you can just assume are just here to inspect you, make sure you don't go out unprepared, and that's kind of thing.
So I turn behind me. Laura, Delilah, was it? You guys, we got a checkpoint up ahead. You prepared?
I believe
Always.
so.
All right, nice. Arthur, pull us up next to those two guards.
Fair enough. And he kind of brings you to them. He says, "Halt," and he says, "What brings you this far north?"
We're a band of newly grouped travelers. We're heading into Especea. We have heard that there's a recent influx in monsters. We're simply out there to get a bit of coin, do a bit of bounty hunting. We're well prepared and just gonna go get our handful.
Do you have weapons on you to protect yourselves?
I kind of again, I don't really have a cloak, so I just kind of turn to the side a little bit just to kind of show
Use an imaginary cloak.
I kind of like gesture to my kind of left waist where I've got a sword. Speaking for myself, I've got my sword, I've got my hammer, I've got my shield, and many years combat experience. My friend to my right here, Arthur, I know from his history that he's quite the fighter, and I can personally vouch for these two ladies behind me. I've seen them in battle.
Very well. I understand you have your word, but I'm gonna need to see your need to see your weaponry and describe your combat experience, please. And you see Arthur kind of like, very well, and he kind of pulls out two daggers. They seem kind of silver, and you get Charlie, make a investigation check real quick.
Sure.
You seem to notice that kind of deeply engraved on like one of these daggers, at least from what you can see, there seems to be the sigil of the Steel Fist Legion. Same thing as on your hammer, and he kind of like branded on those daggers, and you can recognize it as Failgon steel.
Lovely.
And he kind of points it out. He kind of shows him. He says, "I've also I've done a bit of bounty hunting in my years. I've had about 10 years combat experience from bounty hunting and picking up various bounties around the land." He says, "Very well. Ladies in the back, do you have any combat experience?"
I worked as a mercenary here and there, some bounty hunting, and
Any weapons on you?
yeah, I have my dagger and my javelin, and Elora pulls out her dagger with the engraving on it, kind of shows it around, and the same with the javelin.
Very well. Any combat? How you said mercenary? Okay. You, ma'am. And he kind of like looks sideways. He kind of looks at your bird for a second, then kind of looks back down at you. He says, "And you, ma'am."
I don't say anything really. I just kind of I move my cloak to my side so that he can see the small kind of hand axe that is positioned on my hip, and I unsheath my dagger as well from my left side and just kind of hold it up. But I don't offer any words.
Any combat experience from this one?
She's seems to be of few words, but I sir, can personally vouch that I've seen her in battle, and arguably she did better than me.
Very well. I need you all to verbally acknowledge that you indeed risk yourselves for Especea, and that if if your venturing out causes a fatality on your part, it is in no way connected to Foderos.
I understand you got to say that for legal reasons, and yes, I acknowledge.
Yes, ma'am.
I risk my life on my own terms. I don't care where I am.
And sir, I acknowledge. And so, as he says, very well, you may now pass. You see the archers kind of like like take the tension out of their bow, and they says, very well, you may pass through. If you said you're bounty hunters, there's a place a little far out in Especea, not very far from here. I would say about 2 miles. They manage the bounties in Especea, and they the king's orders so that you can manage your bounties there.
You say that's 2 miles north, sir?
Yes, and if you take the path to the right, it'll take you to the this bounty center, and you can take on bounties for the monsters, since you mentioned that you were bounty hunters.
Thank you. We'll be on our way. Is there anything else we should know?
Don't die. Those monsters are vicious, and then if you stay in one spot long enough, they will know your position. They will not stop coming for you.
Just out of interest, these monsters, would they happen to be kind of like fishmen? And I don't mean fishermen.
He kind of looks at you and says, "Thank you for the clarification." But he says, we basically know, we don't know too much, but we do know that there are some variants. We know that we've seen fish, we've seen humanoid, we've seen chimera, we've seen different kinds. There's just, it's a variety, as much as you can discover, but I'm sure you would not want to discover what most is out there.
Fair enough, sir. I won't question no more. You have a good day.
Carry on. And he gestures and he kind of like moves you guys along. And Arthur is like, yeah. And you guys kind of like
yeah.
go, and you guys make your way.
Yeet.
Yoked onwards. you guys make your way, and you guys is gonna go through the checkpoint, and you guys see these like 2 large wooden gates. They kind of like open these kind of like this giant like wooden like plank that blocks the door, and it's used. You can imagine that all of this is because of the recent monster attacks, and that the king of Foderos has kind of ordered this to happen. And so you guys can see that this like supports, and then there's a lot of guards here, and you guys kind of make your way out, and the guards just kind of eye you on your way out.
I give them the eye back.
And so you guys make your way through. So as you guys make your way out, you guys see that the kind of path kind of splits, and there's a sign that just says Especea to the right and Jorog to the left.
He said to turn left, right, guys? I'm just kidding you. Throwing some humor your way. Yeah, let's head up. Turn right here, Arthur.
Very well. And he kind of just he starts going to the right, and you guys, I'm gonna imagine. So just for the sake of brevity, I'm gonna say you guys eventually just start making your way, and the first thing that hits you is like all you guys are just like, oh man, this heat's kind of intense, and you guys just kind of like, this is a very arid place, and so that like the first thing that hits you is the amount of dry heat that's here, and then you can see the road that you begin to travel. It starts to become more and more like it starts to become like more like with sand, and you can see, but this sand isn't like a normal sand. It's red. You guys have all heard about the stories of Especea being red, but you've just never seen to this extent. Like, this is a dark, bleeding red. Like, as you can see, that this sand is whatever it is that you see. Like, you guys have heard about deserts, and you know that this isn't normal. And you guys start making your way, and eventually, along your way, you guys see this like mildly, I would say deteriorated because of the air conditions that it's in. It's kind of like this mini housing area. It's like it looks like a tavern in the middle of nowhere. It looks like it, but as you guys get closer, it says Joanna's Bounty.
Joanna's Bounty.
Jalana is Bounty.
And sorry, this is explain what that's on again. Sorry.
It's kind of like on a dirt road, and it seems to be Joanna's bounty is what you guys see when you first enter Especea.
So we're not at that little town yet, are we?
No, you're not really out of
Okay.
town yet. You guys just kind of entered, and this is like the first checkpoint you kind of get on your way to like the real thing.
Okay.
He says, Arthur says, if we need to take a bounty, this is the spot we have to do it.
Yeah. I kind of look back at the other two. This is what we're here for, isn't it?
Yeah, Laura just nods.
Yeah, Delilah just kind of she just shoves her cloak off because it's getting really warm now, but she doesn't really respond.
Arthur says, "Man, you can't really beat this heat, huh? Oh goodness." He says, "Anyway, here, we'll get in here. Let's go ahead and take a bounty." So, and he kind of like dismounts his horse, and he dismounts the cart, and he says, "Come on, guys, let's go take a bounty."
Yeah, let's do it. Guessing Jelena is who we need to speak to.
Suppose so. I've only heard this place in like just tales from other bounty hunters that this is they provide a decent amount of cash. So
you know what? This is pretty much exactly what I heard. I just heard that there was an influx in monsters and bounties galore. I really, that's all I know. So your guess is as good as mine. Are you two heard anything?
Just heard there's a lot of money involved. You can make a lot of money, and to be honest, that's all I'm really here for.
And you know what money buys? Ale. Am I right?
Yeah, and lots of it.
And he kind of looks at you guys. He just kind of looks at the ladies, and he's like, "Right."
And I go, it can't buy happy this, no. It can't buy happy this though, can it? And I kind of nudge Delilah.
Okay, right. So Delilah is just really confused about why everybody is looking and talking to her right now. She's just looking at the sand, basically. She's never seen sand before, so she's just looking at everything as it passes by, as she did on the way up to Especea as well.
All right, well, time to make our way inside. And so you guys start to make your way in, and it's kind of a simple place. Obviously, you can imagine this place is pretty busy, but at the moment you guys caught it, I would say you guys arrived here maybe like 2 o'clock, maybe around 2 o'clock, and you guys begin to make your way in, and you kind of see like there's a woman like who seems to be red hair. She has like a metal breastplate, and then she kind of wears like a like just some hide, like short, like basically kind of like a tank top kind of thing, but like the breastplate's kind of covering it. So there's no sleeves, and then you can kind of see like this woman is in her like I would say like you could guess 30s to 40s, and she kind of looks and says, "Well, hello there, welcome to Joanna's Bounties."
Thank you for the kind welcome. It's not gonna lie, I was expecting something a little bit more less friendly. It's great to see a friendly face. How are you? How's the stay treating you?
Well, you know, we've been getting a lot of influx of people, so you know, whatever we can do to make the day go by faster. But basically, we've been I've been commissioning a lot of more bounty hunters. The king has ordered a lot more bounty hunters, and people have been coming here seeking gold. It's like a gold rush over here, you know.
Well, sorry to play the same tune all over again, but that's actually why we're here. Me and my colleagues here behind, we're quite newly gathered, but we are all here for the same purpose. We would like a bounty if possible, and you know, if you've got some water or something around, that would be appreciative as well. It's boiling hot. I've never experienced heat like this before.
He says, "Oh, not a problem at all. Not a problem at all. I wouldn't be doing my job if I didn't commission people." And she kind of goes over and she kind of just pours like a thing of water, and kind of gives it to each one of you, like a kind of a cup sort of thing. It's like a hollowed out wooden cup, just simple use. You go. We often have what coming in here that have a lot of issue with the heat, and I guess they're not used to it. I can barely say I'm used to it as well, and I have to keep this armor on for monsters.
Do you get
great to deal with.
Do you get many of them around this camp?
No, we may remain stable around here, but there have been certain influxes of monsters some recently. But that's why you guys are here. So I'll get straight. You guys look to like straight to the business kind of people. So I'll get straight to the business. Um, Essentially, we have a standard contract for every single bounty hunter who comes here. This bounty hunter will remain for each single person, and it is each person gets 2 gold pieces per confirmation of a single monster kill. This trophy can be whatever you like, but we must have a confirmation of the kill in order to reward you with your gold pieces.
And is that 2 gold per person per monster? If we take down one together, do we all get 2 gold, or do we have to share that?
That's up to you. You can tell me right now if you're going to be collecting gold as group or individually.
Well, my question is, but I didn't actually. I've been extremely rude to you. What's your name?
As Stein says, I'm Jelana.
You know what? I had a feeling. You look like a Jelana. Definitely didn't read the sign outside. Lovely to meet you, Jelana. My name's Lyra. Lyris. My apologies. I'm a little bit. I can't think straight in this heat. I'm not gonna lie.
And she kind of
Lyris
looks at.
has a crush.
And she kind of reaches her hand out. She says, "Lovely to meet you."
And I've learned from before, and this time I actually kind of do the handshake that Arthur was trying to do earlier. So I kind of grab her wrists and
Ooh,
but
interesting.
because I'm learning, I do the thing where I grab the wrist. Drybones, if you can demonstrate on camera what I mean, but I'm still gonna then actually shake. Just to make it a bit awkward.
And she kind of just like, well, we don't get many Southerners come up to the north. Interesting. And she says, that's quite a Southern handshake you got. Either you're from the South or you just like their culture.
I am indeed a Southerner, but you know what? I already like it here in the North. Anyway, back to the gold situation. So you mentioned 2 gold per single monster. Is that you pay 2 gold per person per monster? If we brought the head of a monster back to you right now, would you give us how many of this are there? There's 4 of us. Yeah, 4 of us. Would you give us 8 gold, which we can share between us, or are you going to give us 2 gold and we have to share it amongst us? Or
2 gold. You get 2 gold for each
25
confirmation
silver.
of the kill for the entire group.
Okay. All right. That's great. In which case, I have 2 questions for you. 1, what can we expect? 2, where can we expect to find it?
So recently, we've been finding a lot of reports that they've been infesting a lot of the ruins. There's one kind of close to here. I would say about maybe 10 miles. You guys would have to. You could either. We're not really supporting it in, but you guys could make camp up there. But I believe that you guys could make it. It seems to be you guys seem pretty capable. It's a ruin that has become infested with monsters for reasons I don't even know. But we've sent a number of explorer groups there. They've all died, and so we need some new ones. And if you guys are willing to fill the task, we'd be willing to pay handsomely. If you guys manage to we were willing to pay on top of the 2 gold pieces per monster. We're willing to pay 100 gold
Per monster?
Not per monster, but seeing that the ruins are cleared out, we will send some guards of Foderos into these ruins to make sure that you guys actually did keep your word.
So does that mean we don't have to bring trophies back if we clear the ruins?
It's trophies on top of your reward. So you clear the ruins, you get 100 gold, you get 2 pieces per monster you kill in the ruins.
All right, and yeah, that's. Have you? I appreciate no one's come back alive, but have you had any scouts of what we can expect there at all?
No one's gonna come back to tell the tale. All we heard is that we just bring whatever sharp and get ready to use it.
Good enough for me. Well, Jelena, you've been incredibly forthcoming and accommodating. We best get head off because we want to try and get to that camp by before sundown if possible. I kind of turn to the group and kind of suggest to them, be like, "You guys happy with that?"
Yeah, let's get going. We're losing.
One more thing before you go. I'm gonna need some sort of contract from you guys, signifying that you've done it, of course. Just to make sure that we're fulfilling your contract and that I could make sure that I pay you in full. Here's a bit of ink, and you kind of just see like it's a bit of like a little tray of ink. He says, if you don't mind pressing your thumb into that and then pressing it on this piece of paper, acknowledging that you risk your life essentially, and that if you complete your task, you will receive full payment for your job in full.
Yeah, I've no issue with that at all, and I'm the first one to put my thumb in, put the thumbprint down.
Thank you very much, ladies, others, sir. And she says, "Others this got no issue," and he kind of just boop boop, and he says, "Was expecting something a bit more, but I'm glad contracts are easy up here." Ladies,
saying nothing, Alora just, puts her thumb in the ink and presses it onto the contract.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah, to be honest, same.
Can Saul do it as well with his little talons?
With like his foot.
Yeah.
Saul just kind of like he just like starts pecking the table and he gets the tray of he gets the tray and
It's just like scatters everywhere. Like
yeah, it kind of just goes and it kind of like she says and you see Joanna just kind of she just kind of laughs. She's like, quite a bird you got there. Not common to see these up north.
Delilah just rolls her eyes at Saul and quickly picks him up and puts her back onto her shoulder, scolding him quietly as well, and noticing that she's getting ink all over her.
Yeah, he's like, stop it. He's like rubbing his feet.
Why
Like,
can't you just behave? I can't take you anywhere.
I have a feeling we're gonna like this bird. I wonder if he's more chatty than you. I kind of like look at her and wink as if it's like, I mean that as a joke, not in a bad way.
Yeah, that's another withering glare aimed at him.
Arthur just kind of says, he kind of whispers over to you, and he just kind of like he whispers over to Weird. He's like, "Tough crowd, huh?"
You're telling me, mate.
Anyway, thank you, Jorah. You've been lovely as always. And he kind of gives her a wink, and she kind of says, "Lovely to have you. Make sure you bring your best weapons and clear them all out."
Hopefully, we'll see you again soon.
So, I would just like throw this out there. What would you guys like to do? Would you, at this point?
So out of character, we're I mean, considering it has been pretty much half a day, do we need to eat? I've got a bit of rations on me. Should I take away one of those or something? Like, again, I'm relatively new to D&D. Where I've got rations 10, is that just like something I can eat now, or is it something I have to like properly set up camp and cook?
No, you can have rations now, as like your meal or whatever. You don't really need the food to cook. At least not in here. If it is a rule, you don't need to cook it.
Okay, cool.
I don't remember ever asking people to cook it. So
fair enough.
If you want to eat, you can eat here. Joanna, you can look over. It's kind of is a place not really meant for guests. It's just kind of like a get in, get out kind of place. So it's not really going to serve you anything. She was giving you water to be nice, but that was kind of her personal.
Well, personally,
thing.
I think again, this is to the group. I reckon we should just head north. Considering that you said it was 2 miles to go from the tower to the town, and that took us like a good couple of hours. I'm guessing it's going to take a while to get to that to get to the ruins, and ideally, especially as she mentioned that we could potentially make camp there. I don't know about you guys, but I reckon we should, head north hastily to try with the aim of trying to set up camp to potentially enter the ruins either at nighttime or the next morning, whichever we think is best.
Yeah.
To be fair, you can ask how your travel speed. So if you want to travel like fast and you leave yourself maybe possibly open to attacks, you can get there in about 3 hours.
Okay, well, in character then. All right, guys, let's head off and try and get that to the ruins quickly. I don't want to be stuck in this kind of desert land somewhere where there's not going to be much around us. Jelena said that. Oh, go on.
Oh, sorry. You guessed that if you did go at a fast pace, you'd get there probably like by late afternoon. I would say at about like 5, maybe like 6 o'clock. So right as sun is going down.
Okay. Yeah, guys, I really think we should head off and with haste. We want to try and get to some place where we can at least set up camp and be good. I don't want to get stuck in the dark in an unfamiliar territory. Unless you guys have any issues, I think we should just make with haste.
I think to get there just before sundown, it would be good because we could set up camp and scout around just a little bit.
Exactly so. Arthur?
Agreed. It'll be cooler at night as well.
Wait, did she just... Okay, noted. Don't talk directly at her, and she'll talk back to me. Awesome. And Arthur, what about you?
I'm here just to take names, so I'm here for you. So yeah, whatever you guys decide, a group majority. Let's go.
All right, so we're going to set off with haste. No. Oh, so
Yeah.
out of interest, we didn't actually. Wait, did Jelana say? Are we heading? Is it directly north? Did she say?
You guys are kind of heading like in a northeast kind of direction. You kind of follow the path, and then at a certain point it will diverge, and,
Just,
and you can.
Just quickly, so I appreciate the viewers can't see this yet, but I can see it on Roll20. Is the ruins that little like small block of buildings with roofs off slightly to our east?
1 second.
Like the first like.
Yes, it's
That's
like
the
kind
ruins.
of like it's like kind of like off the path. Yeah.
Okay, in which case, for the viewers, I'm currently gonna move the map to the road we're gonna travel, and we will bring it to the ruins when we get there. Cool. Thank you very much.
All right. Well, we better start going anyway. We better. We're racing against the clock essentially, and we're going quick. So best to get out before the monsters come out. I assume. I don't really think they sleep, but if they do,
We'll get them
wanna
whilst
be
they're
part of that.
sleeping.
yeah. Or they could be not. Could they be nocturnal? That'd be so weird. Maybe that's why they were so angry last time.
Maybe we woke them up.
Yeah. Maybe they're taking a nap. Noted. And so you guys kind of begin to start following the path, and as the sun is beginning to set, you guys realize that, like a regular desert, it's really hot, and then it starts to cool down as as you guys realize the sun is starting to get closer and closer to setting. But then you guys are kind of like, man, it's actually kind of getting a bit chilly actually. Oh goodness, it's actually kind of okay, ow, okay, shivers. It's getting pretty gusty, and so you guys, it's kind of getting a bit cold, and you guys start making your way just along the way, and as you guys begin to follow the path, I would say at around like 5 o'clock when you guys are traveling, you guys see in the distance. Can I have everybody make a perception check, please?
Well, fuck.
And then
Bonnie with her
okay.
good rolls again.
Shit, I'm sorry. I'm trying to find perception again.
In the
Me
same
too.
place as persuasion that we were looking at in the break.
My dyslexic brain can't handle this.
Not
Oh,
on that,
boy.
that's not on that 20, by the way. We didn't speak about it last time, Dry
No, it's
Bones.
19, it's 19.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
you'll know if it's a nat 20 because it will glow green.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. You said, by the way, for the viewers.
Did I say?
Charlie.
Oh, did I say? I meant for
Yeah.
you, but for the viewers as well,
Oh, okay.
I guess.
I thought you said that. Okay. Okay. Shit. Okay. So, Charlie, scenery is lovely.
Oh, can we just like say that I'm riding on the front of the cart again? Can we kind of just say that I'm kind of like starting to fall asleep a little bit? So my eyes are a little bit closed. I'm chilled out. I'm relaxed.
Nah, mate,
You're-
you're asleep. You are
So,
completely out.
So basically, here, wait, I need to roll for Arthur. That is a 3.
So he's
Oh,
asleep
you're
with
both
me.
falling
We're asleep at the wheel.
Oh,
Our driver is actually
Our driver's
no, but he sleeps with his eyes
Wait,
open, doesn't he?
or sorry to kind of like do stop me if
Oh,
this is
God.
do stop me if this is kind of taking over DM's role. But what if we were both kind of just gazing into each other's eyes, just chatting? We're distracting each other.
Here, I have a
ship
good
it.
idea. So
Okay.
basically, so Charlie, you're kind of like, man, is it? Man, I've been up for so long now. Getting kind of tired. At least in the Legion, you get more sleep. But you're kind of like, you're driving, and you're like, everybody's, and you kind of hear Arthur say, "Wow, look at that," and then you're like, "What?" And then instead of looking at the ruins, you're like, "Oh, look, it's a bird."
So?
you took at the absolutely wrong thing, and Alora and Delilah, you guys both are like, you notice the ruins in the distance. This is what seems to be a cracked, like sanded sort of like, it's very like, you know those old like kind of stone huts? They're like very smooth walls. It's kind of like that. It's very smooth walls. Like a lot of them, I would say like barely any walls are standing. It's very broken down. There's one specifically tall building that's kind of like a bit to the right, like it's kind of like a bit, it's like crumbling basically, and it looks like it was some sort of like, I don't know if it was some sort of like tower or something.
The Leaning
You have
Tower of
no idea.
Especea?
Perhaps. You never, like, you guys don't recognize it, but yes, Allura and Delilah, you guys initially see this at first.
What's that?
Is that you or Saul?
Oh gosh, the bird speaks.
I straighten up and I forget, is the cart that we're in, is it like an open cart where like
Yeah.
we can see both of you and we can hear you both? Okay. Yeah, so I kind of lean forwards and kind of like stick my head between the two of you and like I point my arm out and say, is that where we're heading?
And Arthur says, "Oh, sorry, that was," and he kind of like looks at Lyris. He's like, "That was a pretty cool bird."
Oh, yeah, it's massive. I've never seen anything that big in down south.
I'm rolling my eyes.
Can we concentrate for a second, please?
Oh, sorry, bird. No, wait,
not
no, not
bird.
not
Ruins.
Yes, ruins. Yes, and then he kind of looks and he kind of is like, okay, well, that's pretty janky. I guess that's what we're here for. And he kind of looks over and he's like, how far do you guys want to like camp from this thing? Because they're monsters. He said there's monsters crawling over it.
Can I do?
Are there any caves nearby?
Yeah, I was gonna say, can I do a? Well, I guess I can't do another perception check, but can we kind of
perception check or something again, maybe?
In the
okay, do a
vicinity,
survival check for something like that? Oh yeah, go
on. In the vicinity, there's no nearby caves. It's just a bunch of like dunes. Like, and on the map, you guys can see it. Like the hills, what looks like hills. Those are just giant dunes. So they're just like rolling. I just put it to represent that.
I can see a patch of again out of character, but I can see a patch of green on the map. What's that? Like above the what looks like a cave.
That is okay. So
is it like cactus or something?
It's like a mini kind of like outcropping. Yeah, it's kind of like a cactus sort of thing.
Okay. Well, look, guys, we should probably camp somewhere where we can get a good sight. It doesn't look like there's really many good places to get out of the sun, but at least we could potentially get some high ground. Shall we? And I kind of gesture, kind of again looking at the map. We're heading east, so I'm guessing that's the way I'm looking right now. Guys, shall we?
And you kind of see that like that outcropping. It's not really. I wouldn't really say it's a cave. It's more kind of like an arcing, like a thing of stone or whatever. It's kind of like an outcropping sort of thing. It's like with sand. I mean, it barely has cover. It has like cover for like a barely one person.
So I'll kind of say, hey guys, shall we? I can see there's a couple of dunes to our left up north there. If we kind of make camp near the base of that, maybe we can have lookouts kind of to look down. It might be a good place to kind of get a bit of a lookout. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree with you.
Whatever works.
Arthur, what do you think with your experience?
It's best to get somewhere with like the most amount of cover, and I think that kind of outcropping right there is like a little bit of an arc or whatever that blocks wind and sand from one direction. So I think that might be a bit better.
Oh yeah, between the dunes, that could work. Yeah.
What if we were to park the cart in front of the outcropping? I don't know. We could maybe put any blankets or shawls, anything that we have spare, over the top to make like a makeshift roof. And I can see Drybones just slowly smiling more and more at me, like.
No, that's by all means.
What about if
whatever you guys choose?
We could, if we have something to do that with, we could then potentially cover it with sand to a bit of camouflage if needs be. But either way, I like that idea. So let's make a left here and head towards there.
Blanket.
All right, so you guys start going to like this like outcropping kind of thing. It's still like sandy floor, but there's kind of like the dune kind of as if there's like some stone buried there. It seems like there's some kind of like arcing substance that's kind of blocking the sand coming from that way, and it's like it has a dune forming to the left of it, but it helps. It kind of gives you like a bit of cover from like that one single direction. And so do you guys want to like set up camp here?
What time is it?
Yeah, I think so.
The sun is set. I would say it's getting closer to like the end of 6, going on 7 probably.
Right. Let's set up camp. Okay. Question: what do we have in the cart, if anything? Is it literally just what we have on our backs? The cart has been completely empty because we've had this cart for quite a while now, and I've never actually questioned was there anything else in it.
Yeah, this was initially meant for a transport service, and you guys are kind of still part of that transport service. So you guys, it's like you just like stole a taxi, and then you're just like you're taking a taxi into the desert.
Because like there's like advertising on the side of it as well. Like, Skyline taxis.
It's like the guy at the front desk at the transport place. He's just like he's on the side of it. It's just like
because I don't know.
As like a logo. He's just like.
Can we please make it a thing that people just try and ask us for lifts and stuff because they think that we're running the taxi service? Like, no, fuck off.
taxi. Fuck off.
So okay, so if there's nothing in it, is there?
No, it's pretty much empty. Just whatever you have on you, basically.
It's just the form that you fill out for your Uber driver. That's all.
Okay, well, look, we need to try and make a bit of a makeshift camp. What was your idea, Delora, when it came to the cart?
Did you just say Deloria?
I think I did just call you Delora. I meant Delilah.
You've got Delilah and Elora mixed up.
That's my couple's name for you too.
Oh dear.
Well, I've already claimed Arthur.
I ship it.
Do you be kind of
shipping already?
I'm blushing. Oh dear.
Well, let us know what you think in the comments, guys. But I'm pretty certain that people are already going to start shipping Lyris and Arthur.
Yeah, probably.
Delora. Yeah, no, bro.
So yes, Delilah, what was your idea for the cart?
Well, since we've already got cover from the overcropping right there, if we were to park the cart in front of the cropping, then we've got a little bit of cover from the other side, and then maybe if we have any spare shawls or blankets, we could stitch them together over the top to create a patchwork roof.
Well, I've got my bedroll. That's all I've really got on me. I've got some rope. I don't mind sleeping on the sand. It seems pretty soft. So yeah, we can use my bedroll. I'm not sure how far it'll cover. And some rope, and maybe we can kind of tie that off and over.
I have my cloak.
Gosh, by the way, Lyris, I just wanted to let you know, I thought of a ship for you. It's Lyther.
Arthur.
Love it. Arthur, Lyris, Lyther. Anyway, so do you guys want to go along with this plan?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think we will. Yeah. Basically, our plan. Are we doing it all up? Like, okay, I'm just gonna go back to character. Delilah, it's unlikely my bedroll is going to be enough. Have you guys got anything on you that we can use to kind of make a makeshift roof?
Well, all I have is my shawl.
Yeah, I have my cloak.
You guys don't have any camping gear or anything like that?
I'm having a look.
Do I look like I've set out here to go camping?
You know what? Good point. Well made. Sorry I asked.
Marshmallow.
All right. Well, I don't suspect that my bedroll is going to make much of a difference, and look, we can probably wait. Okay, question. Again, can you describe for me, Dry Bones, and then I'll go. Can you describe for me what my bedroll exactly is?
It's going to be like a sleeping bag, isn't it?
Okay, well that's my question. Is it a sleeping bag? Yeah. Is it just a roll?
It's a sleeping bag kind of thing.
Okay, great. So, all right, guys, it's for the greater good here. I can buy another one of these if we get enough gold. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get my sleeping bag, and I take out my. Do I have a dagger? I do not have a dagger. I'm going to kind of gesture to Elora. Elora, I've seen you've got a dagger there. Can I borrow that for a second, please?
She's like, no.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how to roleplay this because the dagger's really important to her.
Just so you know, I was laughing very hard, like as you guys can see, because I just imagine you just like we were just asking, hey, does anybody have like any material we could use to cover? And then like Arthur just has like tearaway pants. Like, yes. He just like rips off his pants. Is I have my tearaway pants.
I mean, I'm sort of gonna take the silence here as like kind of like role playing, and I sort of notice that Alora doesn't really want to take out her dagger at all. So I turn to Lyris and I say, you know what, just forget about the roof. We don't have enough material for it. We'll just huddle underneath the overcropping, okay?
Well, oh, what about this? Okay.
Arthur just kind of says, I have my dagger. I can lend it to you, and he kind of just like tosses it to you.
Yeah, let's try this. I appreciate the thought, Delight, but I reckon we've got this. So I take the knife from the dagger from Arthur, and I kind of like use it to basically rip open my sleeping bag, so it's now kind of like, imagine it like unravel to make it bigger. I'm quite a big guy, so I'm assuming it was quite a big sleeping bag. And I am going to attempt to basically cover. Oh man, describing is hard. So I'm basically going to try and make it cover the car, and use my rope to kind of like weigh it down. But I'm going to tie the rope off kind of like around the car, if that makes sense. So it's almost like the rope goes above the blanket, around, and then underneath the cart, so that it holds it from flapping around.
So you have like a roof on the cart kind of thing.
Yeah, you know,
right?
it's going to be. I'm guessing the sides of the cart are relatively. Oh, okay, all right. So I then take my sword off of my. I take my sword off of my belt, still sheathed, so that there's nothing pointy, and I place that kind of in the middle of the cart. And I use the pressure of the fabric and the rope to kind of hold it there. So long story short, I've kind of made a makeshift. I'm trying. You're going to tell me whether it works. Trying to make it like a makeshift tent inside the cart.
Okay, I'm watching this, and I'm literally like, I'm
doing this just by myself.
muttering to myself. I'm muttering to myself like, why didn't he just put holes in the corner and then tie it down with the rope and thread it through? I'm just sat there like, what?
Laughs in mechanical engineering.
I want to look to Delilah and start laughing.
Well, the question is, that's what I want to do.
Yeah.
Burns, how does it work? How does it go?
I mean, just super quickly, sorry for a bit of role play, because Alora is now looking at me and laughing. I'm just going to say, you know, I've been quite grumpy this entire time, but this whole debacle that's going on has actually made me smile a little bit as well.
Aww.
I'm just going to kind of like, I catch that smile and just kind of like, I don't smile back, but I kind of then look back to whatever I'm working on and just kind of smile a little bit as well. Like, hey, I got to it.
Oh no, he fancies me now. Shit.
Not another one.
Irresistible. Another simp.
Yeah, not another one. But yeah, so Charlie, so you managed to do it easy enough. However, the only part that it's difficult is the sword sticking up. So it's having trouble like staying up. I mean, what you could do is you could like jam your blade into the cart and like, but maybe between the boards and like keep it up like that. So it's like it's staying there, but it's like since it's dull, it won't stand up. It will just keep falling.
So it keeps falling over. So my revision is yes. I take the sword out so that the bottom is secure, and then with I always forget, is it the scabbard, the bit? You kind of like is it the scabbard, the bit that kind of like goes out sideways of a sword, almost like the hand, the guard's
guard. It's for guard.
The guard.
It's like the guard.
Yes.
The guard.
The scabbard is what you put the sword into.
Oh, that's right.
And the guard is the part that's like, it's on the hilt.
So yeah, the guard, which obviously has two pointy bits that goes out sideways. I cut with the dagger 2 holes in the once was a sleeping bag, so that the guard can kind of slot in either there, so that kind of steadies the top of it so that it doesn't kind of wiggle or fall over.
Once you do that, your improvements make sure that it does not like move. And now you have like a sort of makeshift tent in the back.
I mean, it's gonna be damn cozy, but
yeah, I mean, no, you can't exactly have a fire in there, but but it works. You guys, if you anything, you can like set up a fire or something outside.
I have a question.
What's up?
Like, this might seem really dumb, but like, do you know how my character has like a draconic background, right? And
yes.
She's like got a fire background. Like that's what she is. Is the heat as effective to her as it is to everyone else because she's like got like fire, like dragons that you know.
Because it's so arid, it's making you sweat a lot, but it's not like you're melting or anything. It's just you're very uncomfortable. It's like you got in your car in the heat and you're just kind of like waiting, like before the AC turns on, you're just kind of like.
Okay.
At least it was a while ago. Now it's kind of cooled down and it's actually starting to get a bit chilly. You guys are starting to like kind of get goosebumps from it's getting kind of windy and everything.
Okay, cool. Just wanted to check.
All right. So yeah, we set up the rest of the camp. So I guess between us, feel free anyone to interrupt if it's different. We'll set up a small fire. Kind of like we'll set the fire behind the cart. So so if if someone was in the ruins, they're less likely to see the flame because it's kind of hidden behind the cart, or at least at nighttime anyway. And yeah.
Well, you're gonna start a campfire in a wooden cart.
Not in the cart. Not in the cart. Actually, no, because I haven't got any wood. All right, roleplay. Guys, just question. Are we planning on returning this cart?
Probably not.
I mean, we've taken it this far.
I mean, obviously we've got to go back eventually, and I'm happy to take on the cost if we do get charged for it, but a needs must. I'm sure we can spare a few panels to make a fire.
I mean, I was going to suggest that anyway.
Oh, great minds think
Let's
alike, Laura.
Take one of the steps away from the back, perhaps.
Perfect.
So you just like rip off the stair. Here, do you want to do it, Delilah, or do you want to suggest someone doing it?
I'm going to look at Lyris and I'm just gonna kind of gesture incline my head towards it, and just kind of go, I don't say anything, but yeah, exactly. Just like what Charlie's doing on his camera right now. I'm just like, well, are you gonna?
Okay. So just for giggles, Charlie, do you mind making just a strength check just to like just to see how well you rip the wood off? If it's a clean break or if not.
Just quickly, as she kind of gestures to me, I look at Delara and go, "Yeah, I'll happily do it for you, but the price of a smile? You've already given me one."
Are you fucking kidding me? You're like okay, you know what? I'm gonna roleplay this. Are you actually that arrogant to think that I would smile at you? Is my body the only thing worthy to you? Are you kidding me?
I'm just trying to lighten the mood a bit.
Rip the panel off.
All right.
Arthur kind of looks at you and he's like,
"Oh, that's a strength save. Sorry, I didn't mean to throw that one. This one? Oh, there you go. Got to click there. That one. Oh, it's even worse."
Oh god.
That was a 5.
So you kind of just go and you're like, don't worry, I got this. The wood kind of snaps in half. You're like, okay, it's second break, I got this. And then you kind of like lift it up. You got the second time, but it's like in 2 pieces, and you kind of just keep doing that for a while. And you got a bunch of like wood, you got some whole pieces, but some of them are like ripped in half. It's
fine.
Kind of annoying. It's annoying, but it'll light. It's fine. Just if you rolled in that one, you would have gotten a splinter. And it would have
All right, so I've got a tinderbox, so I take that wood, I set it up in a neat little campfire kind of style. We all know what a campfire looks like. Like I said, I do it behind the cart, so that if someone was at the ruins, for example, they it's harder for them to see the light because it's behind the cart. And I light it with my tinderbox and take a seat.
I don't mean to barge, but doesn't one of you guys have fire powers you can use to like light the fire?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
I was gonna do it,
fireball.
but
Yeah, I
Mr.
was gonna
Lyris
say.
apparently was really excited to use his little tinderbox.
Lyris is just sitting there, kind of like trying to light a match. He's like,
I'm just gonna
Come on.
I think while he's struggling, I think Alora's just gonna use fireball onto the wood and just smile to herself.
you're just
It just suddenly lights up in front of his face and loses his eyebrows.
I think it'd be really cool if like you just kind of were just like he was just kind of struggling, and then you kind of just like walk past him and go like, and then it's just like it just kind of falls, and like
That's exactly what
it just kind of like falls from your hand. It goes, and Lyra's just like, I totally had that.
Oh no, I've accidentally added a thing. Oh no.
Uh,
I accidentally added a spell onto my cantrips. So I was trying to test out like how to put the spell into the actual thing, and it's here.
No.
Yeah, so it literally just says abjuration cantrip.
don't click it for now. We'll sort it later.
So anyway, he was like, Arthur kind of just like busts out his ration that he has. He says, anyway, so what about you two? And because you guys are kind of like, I imagine you guys are like sitting by the fire kind of thing. So what are you two? You guys kind of remain a closed book. What's your deal?
We're both just like waiting for each other to say something first because neither of us want to go first.
I think I'm gonna keep myself a bit of a closed book. I don't know who any of you are. I don't know if I can trust you or not. And quite frankly, I don't really want to. So thank you for asking, but I think I'll keep my story to myself.
Pretty good at killing. I heard you kill all three of them by yourself.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I know.
I know.
Yeah, it's just like a hair flip.
Yeah.
I turn and kind of look at Delilah, as if to be like, well, aren't you going to speak next?
The only thing that you need to know about me is that I have no interest in going back to Especea, and all I need right now is to collect as much gold as I can.
1 second.
Uh-oh, not a perception, not a check, no. I'm scared whenever he rolls with dice. This is where he's like, oh, I recognize you actually. I think I grew up with you. I'm like, fuck.
Childhood best friend.
One I never knew I had.
Yes.
Improv time,
stalker.
let's go. Yeah.
Stalker time. Just so you know, he kind of looks and he says, you have a glint showing in your bag, my lady. And he kind of looks at you, Delilah. It's something like white reflected off of it. It's like, so there's like a glint in your bag.
Ooh.
Should we try to think of what it could be in my bag that's even glinting?
Remember what happened the first bit of episode 1?
Oh yeah.
the penny dropped.
Oh yeah, you know, a big part of my backstory. Oh yeah, that thing. Yeah, I basically just
maybe just a small fortune. That's all.
Oh yeah, only a little bit. Yeah, I just kind of I cover my bag and I kind of pull it back and hide it underneath my legs. I'm like, what glinting thing? What bag? I don't have a bag. What are you talking about?
He kind of laughs and he says, I like you.
The feeling is not mutual.
Oh, I always know. And he says, so Lyris, how are your wounds coming along? Are they getting any better? Progressing? Anything?
Oh yeah, I forgot I was hurt. No, I feel I feel well rested. I'm alright. I do owe my life to these ladies. But no, I'm good. I'm ready to go. I'll be honest. It's dark, but I'm kind of fancy having a little look down on these ruins. If I'm honest.
Well, I'd be ready for anything that comes in store because it's always something these days, isn't it?
Well, look, the way I see it is, we've made camp. We've got somewhere to fall back to. We know nothing about these creatures. For all we know, they aren't nocturnal, and this could potentially be the best opportunity to catch them. They might be making camp as well. I think I don't necessarily want to get in a fight when it's this dark, but maybe we could head down and just see if we can get eyes on, get an idea, and go from there.
I agree. I don't think that we should be going looking for a fight, but I think if we scout out the ruins, I think after that we should be able to make an educated guess as to what we should do after that.
Arthur, you in?
Yeah. He kind of like pulls out like a knife because he has like his rations in one hand. He kind of pulls out like a blade, and he's like, and he kind of like he does like the knife flip, and then he catches it again. I'm ready for anything.
Can I also no, okay, ignore me. Yep, ready.
I just imagine you're just do like a hammer flip, but then it's like hits you on the foot, and you're just like,
Yeah.
But yeah, he's just like, and he kind of sheaths his knife. He says, "Well, I don't know about you guys. I'm beat. Long day of traveling. My eyes are getting a bit strained.
Well, look, why don't you stay here? You know, doze a little bit. You're here to look after the camp and the cart, and us three we'll head down and we'll just see if we can get eyes on. You happy with that?
Fair enough. And he kind of sits in the tent. He says, "Great job on the tent, by the way."
Can I take your actually
phone number? Oh yeah.
Obviously, we need to be best prepared if we get down there. Are you happy if I take the sword? You know, the blanket's still gonna be, the bag's still gonna be there. It just means you have to lay down. You're not gonna be able to sit up.
It's fine. I'll be wide. I'll be very asleep by the time you get here.
All right, cool. I'll take my sword back. Put it back on my side. I'm glad I didn't forget that.
And you see, he lies back down in the cart.
Instantly.
Oh god.
Go guys.
So creepy.
Best NPC yet.
Yeah.
I've peaked, y'all.
I'm sort of slightly jealous of being able to sleep on command like that.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Well, did you know Delilah used this? I said Delora now. Damn it. Okay, Delilah used a sleep spell. No, but he just kind of like lies down. But the thing is, instead of like getting comfy, you just like close your eyes and wait for you to fall asleep. He just is like.
That is nightmarish. We should head off now.
Cool. If everyone's happy, we're going to start heading down into the ruins.
I would say let's not head down into the ruins. I think we should first see if there's a place where we can sort of have like an overhead look of the ruins, I suppose. Like if there's a dune or anything nearby that we can sort of like lay down on the top of and try and
That's kind of where we are now, isn't
down,
it?
You know?
You guys are kind of like, you're close to a dune. There's a dune to your left. You can kind of like take cover behind it because the ruin is to your right, but you can like kind of move around because if the ruin is like right here, you guys are like back here, and you guys can like get and go like around and like get on the top of the hill to like see down from it.
Yeah, let's do that.
That would be my plan as well, because I don't want to also bring attention to the camp where we have a bright fire burning as well at night.
What are you gonna say, Millie?
I think we should approach this like stealthily.
Okay, let's do that.
All right, so you guys begin to make your way around. It's easy enough. You kind of like it's a bit hard to get your footing. Delilah, you do like in the back. You kind of just do kind of like when like the dune. You're not really used to like walking on such unstable ground. So
I was going to talk about that.
You're just kind of like and then you kind of like your foot sinks and you're like, okay.
Aren't you wearing heels?
Mm-hmm.
You're like,
I'm wearing like low heels. Thank you.
Want me to carry you?
Carry me like you do on Overwatch.
Want a piggyback ride?
I mean, you can kind of like lose, and then you can like catch your footing. Yeah, you're just kind of like, oh god, okay, new experience. We got this. You kind of like just follow everybody, but you're kind of like in the yeah. Every time you guys kind of like lose your balance or whatever, and you just kind of like pick yourself back up. You kind of like, I didn't trip, I'm fine, and you kind of just keep following everybody.
What's tripping? I don't know what that is. I'm perfectly graceful. Thank you very much.
And then you kind of make your way on top of the hill. So now here's what you guys can do. One person can roll perception with advantage if you want to look down, or all three of you can do it, and just you get like one. You get each chance to roll in that 20 or higher, or like whatever.
I'd say all three.
Yeah.
Bam.
Okay.
Fuck.
Okay. Charlie, what the hell,
that one
man?
Wasn't very good for me.
You haven't done like one good roll this campaign.
Nope. It will come out when I need it.
All right, and then Aurora.
He's doing it for suspense.
Yep. Give me a sec. There we go.
Okay. So so you guys, when you guys get on top of the hill, Aurora and Delilah, And Lyris, it's pretty easy to just notice this as well. It's just kind of, you guys all kind of like glance down. You notice that this is like, these ruins are very broken down, but you can hear. You've heard that sound before, and then you kind of look down, and you can see two of like the humanoid like fish creatures who are kind of just standing there, and they're kind of like, they seem to be like standing still. But then you see like one of them kind of comes, but they're dragging, like a third one arrives, and like they're two guarding like the entrance. A third one comes, and they're dragging what seems to be a man, but they're not eating him. They're not tearing into him or anything. They're kind of just dragging him by like his shirt collar, and then just kind of like they're kind of just dragging him along the way. And then he's like, "No, please, no, please, I have a family. You can't do this, please." And he tries to hit them. And he kind of hits him, and he tries to like punch him or whatever. And he's like, "Please!" And they're kind of like dragging him. And he's like, "No!" And he's kind of just like dragging into, and he's being dragged like to the center of these ruins, and being taken down to like this like what seems to be somewhere going underground. And then after that, you guys still see the two same fish monsters just guarding what seems to be the entrance of like a broken down. I mean, you can really enter from anywhere, but they seem to be like guarding like where the other one went through.
Where are they facing? Like, are they facing towards us, away from us? Kind of like, is there
They're
field
facing,
of view
like,
sort of?
if you're looking straight on at them, they're looking to the right. Like they're focused on what's in front of them, and they'll occasionally like, look around and just see what's kind of like what's happening.
Okay.
Well, there goes our chances of just scouting out tonight. We need to go down there. We need to help that guy.
Whoa,
Okay, I
don't make any drastic
think
decisions.
I have a plan. I have a cunning plan.
All right, let's hear it.
I can get down there relatively sneakily. As long as we don't look to their right, I can get down there without them seeing me. I can provide a distraction, and as long as you guys are quick, then we can try and take out the two fishmen guards.
Oh.
Yeah, that could work. If I start heading down now and get in a position where I can then kind of attack them maybe from behind after you distract them. Laura, would you be happy accompanying me with that?
Yeah.
All right, Delilah, on your lead. How are you going to distract them?
I have my ways.
That sounds awfully suggestive.
Alright, Lyra, stop
Oh, boy.
perving on me. Stop perving on me. I'm not even 18 yet. How dare you?
All right. Cool. What are you going to do, Delilah?
I just I go to, well, you know there's that motion of tapping your nose to say, never you mind, you'll find out, yeah, exactly. But I don't really know what that means or how to do it exactly, so I kind of tap the very bridge of my nose, like right next to my right eye yeah, exactly. I do that.
For reference, Charlie did this.
Yeah, I do that
There you go.
basically. And I am going to activate Cloak of Shadows and hurry down the dune to hide behind a pillar close to them with the
Okay.
DM's permission.
If you don't mind, do you mind making a stealth check with advantage?
Fuck!
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes!
Damn it. Yes. And then you're just
I need to activate Cloak of Shadows.
So you guys suddenly see you kind of like, basically Delilah kind of just goes and she says, "Don't worry, I got this." And then you kind of see she kind of focuses for a second. Her staff kind of goes a little
purple.
bit, and then her eyes kind of like she closes her eyes. She opens her eyes. Her eyes go purple, and you guys are kind of taken aback. Before, you guys never really got a good angle, but now you guys can see that like she is like it kind of catches you guys off guard, and then you can see she kind of just says, "She's gone," and then you're gonna see she's like invisible at this point. And so, he remained at the camp.
Okay.
He stayed with. He's like back there. But no, you kind of Delilah starts like going, and then she gets behind a pillar before you guys outwardly see the pillar, like behind the pillar. She goes, and it kind of fades, and her invincibility kind of went away.
Right. In the meantime, so me and Laura are gonna head kind of down the dune. If you describe it for us, is there a position that we can kind of be that would be approaching kind of from behind them, or is kind of like the entrance to the cave behind them, so therefore that wouldn't be possible?
If you're gonna go behind them, you're gonna need to go around like the left side of the ruins, like make your way through just to get them from behind. But otherwise, you guys are heading right towards one of them, but like the other one's on the other side of the doorway. So you guys are gonna need to like take them both out or whatever.
All right. As you just heard there, that mysterious voice in our heads, Laura. As you can see, that we're not going to be able to get them both. Well, we're going to have to go two separate ways to get them both. Are you happy to take the close one? I'll go round and get the other one.
Yep, sounds like a good plan to me.
We're not really going to have a way of. We're not going to really have a good way of communicating to know when we're ready. So, I don't know. What do you suggest? Maybe a quick whistle or something.
Yeah, I think that sounds good.
All right.
For reference, Charlie, I can't whistle, so you're gonna have to do that.
Yeah, Laura can. You can roleplay if you want. Laura can't whistle. Good to know.
I can't do it.
All right, Laura. So what I'll do is I'll take the long way round. You kind of get ready. As soon as we can see they're distracted, I'm just going to make a short, simple whistle, and at that point, just do what you can do to attack. Sound good?
This is just a suggestion. Maybe, like, it doesn't have to happen, but maybe I should go the long way around just because I'm a lot smaller than you. So
yeah.
I might be less easy to spot.
You know what? That's a very good point. Yeah, if you're happy to take the long way round, I'll go the short way.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay.
Yeah.
So can both you guys make a stealth check just to see how well you guys do?
Oh God.
Okay. So.
Oh my God, Millie.
Okay. So. Alora starts to make her way around, and as you do, it seems to make no signs of noticing you. In fact, you actually be able to get pretty close to them without them seeing you. You're kind of like hugging the wall on the left side, getting ready to go in for the attack pretty easily. You kind of hear them kind of just like. You can kind of tell that these creatures are strange from just like normal monsters, like goblins.
Can you do that again a bit louder, please? Your mic didn't pick it up.
You kind of hear like a. And then it's just it's strange from any monster you would have heard or seen before. As for Lyris, I would say that you as you begin to go here. What is there? One moment. As you go, that you kind of see them kind of, and they kind of look at you, and then you're kind of like stunned for a second as they kind of like quickly they kind of. Look at you really quick, and then you kind of like caught off guard, and it looks like they're about to go do a charge at you.
Have I got time to cast a spell to kind of distract him?
Yes.
Okay, I am going to cast whatever the hell this is called, prestidigitation.
Okay.
Which basically is like it's like an illusion kind of thing. And what I'm well, actually, before I say exactly what I'm going to do, I'm going to quickly ask: have they got any kind of are the ruins lit up? Have they got like a campfire?
No, it's completely like it's getting darker and darker. They have no source of light.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do what it says in the description, one of the examples, a shower of sparks, and I'm going to kind of aim that for like just above the fishman who noticed Lyris, and hopefully prompt for him to kind of look up and be like, what? That's exactly the kind of sounds that they make. What?
Yeah, exactly. All right, so you begin to do it. So, like, how do you want to cast this spell?
So. How do you mean? As in, like role play kind of wise? What do I look like?
What kind of like? Do you want to like do anything with your hands, or like how do you want to cast this spell?
I'm just seeing Charlie's camera on the Discord. So my quarterstaff, being my arcane focus, the tip of it will start to glow, a very soft kind of purple color. But what I'll do is I will peek out from behind the pillar, and my quarterstaff in my right hand. I will extend my left arm out. And I mean, you'll probably be able to see this in Charlie's camera. I'm just basically just going to go, Fwah! And it's just going to shoot out from my hand, and just kind of like explode above his head in a harmless shower of sparks.
All right, and as you do that, you kind of hear Lyris, you're suddenly caught off guard as both of them actually start to look at you, and they kind of and as you do, it's like it's a sudden like spark in the middle of nowhere, and they kind of like are caught off guard. You hear like a, and as like they're kind of like they're frightened by it. It seems like it was so like it caught them out of nowhere, just like caught them absolutely off guard. All right.
So
anybody, yeah, so they're temporarily not looking at you.
So in that split moment where they are now looking up, I kind of recognize that this is my. Okay, sorry, slight technical issue there. So yeah, noticing that they're looking up in that split second, I kind of seize the moment. I in one action kind of draw my sword as I'm kind of like I'm going to go towards an attack on the closest one, whilst also going.
All right, so you begin to charge towards another one, and Alora, you hear the whistle, and you recognize this as Lyris' symbol. What would you like to do?
I guess I'm gonna try and go for the one that I'm closest to.
You want to go for are you just gonna go for a melee attack? With your dagger?
Yeah, I try to go for a melee attack with my dagger. Yeah, because I'm assuming I obviously haven't been seen because.
Have we got a battleground for this one?
Yes, you will. I just wanted to let you because you're still in the surprise round, so this is still happening. Like, all right, so you guys are going to. So first off, Delilah, you just used your action to cast. Alora, go ahead and roll to attack first. I'll say because you were alerted first. Mm-hmm. So go ahead. Okay. Yeah, so that hits, and 4 points of piercing damage. Okay. And then Lyris, go ahead and roll the hit because you ran up to him and you're going to strike him. So
what I'm going to do is because I'll describe the action I'm doing. As I run up to them, I draw my longsword with my right hand, but as I'm drawing it, I kind of take my left hand on the handle as well, and I kind of like. For those that play the game Dead by Daylight, imagine Pyramid Head, how he kind of sweeps his sword upwards. So I'm kind of doing an upwards sweep at their knees. So I'm not, rather than having to draw the sword and then go back for a swing, I'm kind of like drawing it and swinging in one action, two-handed. And I will roll now.
Cool.
All right, so go ahead and roll the hit. Okay. So Charlie, as you go in, suddenly you see after whistle. Aurora immediately just notes and you after you whistle you go and suddenly and as you suddenly like Aurora suddenly like hops up and stabs him right in the head and just like twists the knife and then jumps off him, and you can see the blood is like dripping with some like purple blood that this beast screams out in pain, and as like it kind of like. It kind of like irks back and it's kind of like in pain as it just got stabbed, and it focused on you, focused on its other friend who just got stabbed. It kind of looks over, the other creature looks over, and when he looks back, he sees Lyris kind of charging up to hit, and as he does, he manages to dodge right out of the way as Lyris manages to go up and swing and hit, but he misses, and Lyris, you kind of like fall forward a few steps as well, falling kind of in front of him.
Fair enough.
All right, so let's go ahead and roll initiative shortly after this.
So
for all of us or for just
time break?
Everybody. Good question first though. Is did Bunny kill it?
No, she did not.
Okay.
It just took a few steps back and it got hurt.
I'm actually
my initiative is shit.
Did you guys see mine?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I wasn't sure if that because I got a weird message.
No, yeah, so did I, but yeah.
Oh,
Oh, oh my god, but actually no, because you've got a +2 advantage
That's
as
a
well. So
nat
you
one.
actually you rolled an actual 1. And thanks to your advantage, you just got a 3.
Insane.
Well, Charlie said someone nerfed Bunny, and somebody
Someone
did.
did
All right.
nerf.
Alrighty, well, here is the battleground. So, just a quick little breakdown for the battleground, real quick. These 2 markers, since I don't really have many miniatures, those are going to represent the pillars that you guys were hiding behind. You're technically on this square, Delilah. Just by the way, like you're right here, but I had to move you so the camera can see you.
Yep, that's fine.
This right here is the entrance where they went down into. This is like more of a staircase, but I drew lines representing that's gonna be like a solid because I didn't want to fill that in. And then this is just like a barrel, but just like in the corner as well, just kind of like add aesthetic and that kind of thing.
Yep.
All right. That being said, here, can I have initiative? All right, so we'll start off here. I'll roll for them real quick.
I forget which.
okay,
I've forgotten from episode 1. What, am I the blue one?
Yes, you
Yeah.
are. Yes, you're blue.
I might put colors underneath our names.
So, Elora, Delilah, Lyris, monsters, and
Cute.
that monster did take 4 points of piercing damage.
Mhm.
So that is from Elora.
Did you see the rolls for initiative, by the way?
Yes. I'm just gonna call them
Okay.
out just so everybody can see them as well. All right. So that being said, 25 through 20. I don't believe there's any of those.
Nope.
20 through 15.
Yep, me 17.
Okay. Okay, and then 15 through 10.
Nope.
And then 10 through 5.
I did. I got a 7.
Okay. And then 5 through 1.
Millie got a natural 1, but she had a +2 advantage, so she got a 3.
Okay, gotcha. Alrighty. So, Lyris, you're up. You're up next. You swung and missed, but however, you get a second chance at redemption.
Okay, so obviously I'm still in close proximity. I've kind of just swung. Okay, so imagine this. I've just swung kind of like the blade was below where as if I'm holding the sword upside down. I've swung up with the momentum of that swing that's gone up. I kind of almost let go of the sword, but don't, if that makes sense. To kind of let the momentum of the sword go, swing. Kind of let the momentum of the sword keep going, so it's now being held in an upright position. To then bring it back over my shoulder and swing down as a slash. Does that make sense?
Swing down. Yes, it does.
So I'm kind of using the sword's momentum.
As you heave and go up and he dodges, you then, thinking he's completely missed you, you come back and swing, come right back down with force. And with that being done, go ahead and roll the hit.
20. All right, now my hits.
Nice.
Now my rolls are coming in. No, that's not a nat 20, by the way.
That's a hit. All right, so go ahead and roll for damage.
10 slashing.
Ooh,
Nice.
We've swapped places. You got
Wait, I don't want to be rude, but is this like the first time you No, you hit someone last time, didn't you?
I got one hit before, but it scraped dab for damage.
Yes. Okay. So now, all right. That's that. So you come down with your sword, and he thinks he missed you. You hit him right in the neck, and he starts bleeding, but he's still standing, and he's wounded, but he seems like he can keep going. You hear a, and you kind of as he kind of stumbles a bit and kind of takes a few steps. Is that gonna be the end of your turn, Lyris? Do you want to do anything else?
Yeah, I'm done. Yeah, that's the end of my turn.
Okay. And next up is going to be the fans, and the first one is going to attack Lyris because it's the one next to him. That is a 12.
My class is 18, so that's a negative.
All right.
Get
So
fucked, bro.
as he goes to bite, you quickly notice that, and you pull up your shield and you block this incoming bite, as you can kind of foresee him kind of getting a bit flustered and try to attack you out of rage. But you manage to block it pretty easily. Then the next one, the one right here, is going to attack Laura for stabbing him in the face.
Oh no.
That is a 11.
My armor class is 15.
Yeah, so he goes to bite, and then you quickly dodge back, and you quickly notice that he's kind of like disoriented, and so it was pretty easy for him to miss, and so you kind of like weakened him a little bit without even knowing it.
Hell yeah.
All right, and that's gonna be the end of their turn. Delilah, I believe it's your turn right here.
It be me.
Wait, can I just come in? I think you.
No.
Oh wait, no, I'm being stupid. I'm apologies. Ignore me. I'm a dum dum.
All right, gotcha. All right, Delilah, what's up with you?
Okay, so ideally, I would like to actually be able to aim this time
Okay,
and actually hit
gotcha.
the stuff that I'm trying to hit. Because last episode, I couldn't hit for shit, even when they were right in my face. I couldn't even hit with a stick. So, I would very much like to redeem myself and show these guys that I can actually do some stuff. So I'd like to aim for the fan that was by Alora.
Okay.
And I would like to cast Eldritch Blast, but unfortunately, you're going
Gotcha.
to need to remind me on how to do my aiming one, because in Roll20, like you can click it and then.
Oh, wasn't it
doesn't give you the
1d20?
aiming thing.
Wasn't it one?
It's a
Didn't you roll one?
D20.
Yeah.
1d20.
And then it should be like your roll to hit for that. For like, it should say to hit on Eldritch Blast, and it should say that.
Okay, my D20 was a 6.
Oh, does she get a spell modifier?
Oh,
I think
yeah.
last wasn't it a D20 plus her spell attack bonus?
Yes, you get whatever Eldritch Blast. It's like plus something.
Oh, okay. So I got an 11 then.
All right, so no, he manages to see you, and
Wait,
as he's kind of stumbling back, you accidentally miss and you hit the pillar.
Fuck's sake! I'm literally fucking cursed.
All right, whatever. I mean, you can move. Just so you know, you're not within his attack range, so you can still like move around back here if you wanted to. So because he won't get an attack advantage if you leave because you're behind cover and he's engaged with Lyris right now.
Okay. I will probably just kind of move sort of towards a little bit more center ground, but also kind of like backwards a little bit, so that I'm still about that. So I'm still maintaining distance, but I've got more of a clear shot of both of them.
Okay. Noted. Is that gonna be the end of your turn, Aurora or Delilah?
Yes.
Okay, and then Aurora, your turn.
Okay, with the fish dude who's just missed, over there. I want again with my dagger.
Okay.
It makes sense to use my dagger instead of casting a spell. I
Right.
want to attempt to stab him again with
Okay.
my dagger. Oh no!
Remember, dry bones can't see this, so you got to read out.
Yeah, 7.
Okay, yeah. So you go for a stab and you miss because he says like since you hit him in the face, he's kind of like all over the place. He's very hard to hit, and so you go to strike and you kind of swing and miss.
Feels bad, man.
Is that gonna be the end of your turn?
Yep, that's the end of my turn.
All right, Lyris, it's your turn again.
All right. So the one thing I'll put my hands up right now and say is, again, still relatively new to D&D. I struggle to know exactly how much I can move and do in one action. So do stop me if I'm doing too much. But what I would like to do is, this guy in front of me is, I've slit his neck already. He's looking a bit weak. What I'd like to do is I'd like to kind of sidestep to my diagonal right so that I'm kind of like I'm putting him between. So basically, I'm putting him in between the pillar and me. The first place you pointed. So kind of diagonal down, yeah. Because then that's, correct me if I'm wrong, that's putting him, he's now in between me and the pillar.
Yes.
And what I'm going to do is, as I currently have my shield out, as obviously, as you said, I pulled my shield out to get ready to defend myself from that last attack. I've still got it out. I'm going to kind of use my shield to basically bash him, to kind of put him a little bit off guard, maybe. Kind of start push him back against the wall. And with my sword, I'm going to jab it. So again, I can't remember if I described it in episode 1. If not, I will describe it again. But my shield is kind of it's a 3/4 length body shield, so it's quite a long shield, and it's got one of those cutouts on the imagine you're the holder of the shield. The cutout is on the right hand side. If you were looking at the shield, if you're the enemy, it's on the left hand side, and it's got a kind of cutout where you would, be able to put a spear through. I'm going to kind of, in that area, just go for a stabbing motion in where I would presume would be his heart.
All right, yep, go ahead. So you bash him. He kind of gets knocked back against the wall. He's still bleeding pretty heavily. He's trying to, a bit tend to his wound, but you kind of, bash him and kind of stun him for just a second. And you go ahead and roll the hit.
Okay. 7.
Yeah, so you swing, and although you bashed him, and he did get the successful hit on for there, you go and try and jab your sword, and as you do, it kind of hits the stone pillar and kind of makes a bit of a crack, but it doesn't really move. He kind of moves out of the way. He can contort his body to kind of dodge your stab.
Cool. And with that, I am my turn.
All right. Next up is the fish people's turn, the fan's turn.
The fan.
And then it's going to be... That is it's going to attack... This one is going to go first, and it's attacking Lyris. It's going to get an 11.
Nope, 18.
All right, so he goes to bite again, but once again, your shield blocks most of your body, so he's just clawing and trying to bite at your shield. He's not making any headway, and he's just trying to cleave into you, but he's not really getting through.
Silly boy.
Next up is Aurora. He's going to attack again. He's going to try and bite her. 18.
Yikes! Yeah, that hits.
Okay. One moment.
Well.
Oh, how the tables have turned. I knew Karma would come and get me at some point for being too cocky.
All right, so here we go. It's going to be... let's see, that is... $11 points of piercing damage.
Oh,
Fuck.
Or no, wait.
I'm down.
10 points.
Yeah, I'm dead. I'm not dead.
unconscious.
So yeah, he takes a bite and he cleaves into your side. One hit and you're gone. Sorry, I had 2 d4s and it's +2. I rolled 4s for both d4s.
Arthur, help!
Yeah, and you collapse to the ground. He cleaves into your basically your torso, and it kind of it stuns you and takes you to the ground.
Fuck.
Delilah, it's your turn.
Well, fuck. I don't have
actually,
anything to help
it's going
her.
to actually before it ends its turn. It's gonna 10, 20.
No. Stay away from me.
30. There you go.
No. Stay away.
There, he's gonna run up to you.
Fuck. Okay, seeing Alora go down so quickly has literally just terrified me, because I've kind of so Delilah saw Alora kind of perform so well the previous day or the previous 2 days. She's kind of holding her up as kind of I want to be like that someday. And then see Alora go down straight away. Delilah's like, oh fuck, oh fuck, oh no. So she's going to cast. She can't do anything there, so it's going to have to be Eldritch Blast again.
Okay, you have disadvantage because it is a ranged attack.
Fuck.
You can do a.
I got a 2.
Plus your 5, so a 7.
So a 7, yeah, but I still got a disadvantage though.
Yeah. So just you shoot. He's too close. He runs up to you and kind of catches you off guard. Your eyes turn purple, and you kind of try and focus, and it shoots off in the distance. You don't know where it went.
I'm literally the most useless person in this entire campaign. I haven't hit anybody. Literally, I haven't done a single bit of damage except for to myself when I tripped out of the cart and landed on my face.
Oh, dear.
Aurora, make a saving throw if you don't mind. Unless that's the end. Is that the end of your turn, Delilah? Do you want to like move and risk getting hit, or what would you do?
I think at this point I'm just kind of like frozen in fear, to be honest, because my
don't
only
move.
spell, I'm terrified and angry at the same time because Shah is doing fuck all for me right now. She promised that she'd help me, and honestly, she's doing nothing whatsoever. So I'm just kind of sat there, kind of simmering with rage. I don't want to make a move because I'm concerned that I'm going to get hit. I have a low armor class and low hit points, so I'm just kind of gonna stand there.
Oh,
You know, like an idiot.
Yeah, of course, the only kind. Anyway, Lyris, I believe it is your turn.
What about the saving throw?
No, actually, it's Aurora. Yes, Aurora, it's your saving throw. So go ahead and roll a d20.
Oh, wait.
I think that's right. Yeah, you did a death save. Yeah, you rolled a 19.
A 19. Okay, so yes, she. So that's one positive save.
So basically, this is the first time Bunny's been in this situation, by the way. So on your character sheet, Bunny, you can see you've got 3 circles for successes, 3 circles for failures. Click success once. You can untick. They're literally like on and off buttons.
Yeah, thank you.
Cool.
All right. Lyris, it is your turn once more.
Okay, so I'm firstly going to kind of shout over to Delilah and be like, you handle that one. He looks weak. I'll get this one. I'll worry about her. I can heal her.
What? Are you kidding me? I'm sorry, but I'm just saying the one that Charlie is attacking is like it's like on its last legs, and the one that I'm attacking has taken like barely any damage.
It's taken 4
whatsoever.
damage.
So what the hell?
And with that, so yeah, basically my plan of action, I say this out of character, but to you guys as a group, my kind of plan of action is I want to get rid of this guy and then get over to Millie because I've got my lay on hand, so I can heal. So I am going to I'm gonna put my shield either down or on my back, whatever is easiest. And this time I'm gonna go again with another slash with my two-handed with my sword. I'm kind of describing it. Let me think. I always trying to think of like how I finished my last turn. So I stabbed before, that missed. So I'm going to kind of drop my shield into the ground because that's probably the best place for it, as in like, you know, like almost like dig it into the sand. Grab the bottom of the sword with my left hand. And kind of almost like a figure of 8 motion. And my swing is going to end up being swinging from the right to, swinging from the right, kind of directly at his hip.
Okay.
And I rolled a 21.
All right, yeah. So you plant your shield, you get ready, and you go and slash him again. It hits with success. Is that a natural 20 or just?
Nope.
Bonus?
No, just a bonus.
Okay. All right, so go ahead, and
8 slashing damage.
Roll damage. Yep. All right, so you cleave into him, and you cleave on the like. So you said you perform your slashing motion, and you slash right into him, and you go for another stab, and you stab right on his shoulder, and he can't. He lost too much blood from his initial wound, and just
just disappears out of existence.
See, guys, I have to do something.
Yeah, he falls over. Just dead.
Okay, and then to kind of end my turn again, I shout over to Delilah, I believe in you. You got this. You can kill him. And then I start running as literally. I'm not sure how much further I can go in my turn. However far my character can move, I run directly towards Laura.
It's like
whatever your speed is, you can move 1 round.
30 feet per second.
Okay, so 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Also, I'll say you can get there. 30. All right, you're there.
Obviously, I can't do anything right now, but I'm there.
All right.
Shit.
Moving to fish people. So yeah.
Shit.
That's fish person.
The only fan left.
You will.
He rolled
insta death.
16.
Yeah, that hits.
All right, so that's gonna be 2d4.
Oh god, no.
How many hit points do you
7
have?
points. 7 points of slashing damage, or piercing
7.
damage.
He's alive with
as
2
you-
left.
And as you go and as he bites you, he kind of like tending to like his wound or whatever, like being stabbed in the head. He kind of like with his head pounding, he kind of goes and just he moves, runs, and disappears. He runs
Oh
down.
my God.
He runs down the stairs and he goes to escape.
He jabs and runs.
Bollocks.
He flees.
That surprise attack could have gone fucking better. I won't lie.
Well, so is that, are we now out of combat?
Yep.
Okay.
Combat.
I'm going to actually. So question again, because this is the first time we've had this. Is how do you kind of revive someone? I can use my lay on hands, but can you like roll a dice to revive them, or like try and revive them or something like that? And save my.
You can do a medicine check if you want to, but it's easier just to do lay on hands.
Yeah, I was just hoping that my intentions was I was hoping that I could
Charlie?
use. So go on.
Sorry, what's your medicine?
Just before I say that, I just wanted to say what my idea was I wanted to use my medicine to revive her, so I could then. Oh wait, when you revive, because when you revive, doesn't she get to roll to get her hit points back?
You roll for lay on hands. You roll, Charlie, and then whatever you roll, that's how much health she gets.
My lay on hands isn't a roll. It's just a cast.
Okay.
If I put it in the chat, if you could quickly read, because I'll tell you what I'm thinking of here is I don't really want to use my lay on hands because I can only heal a maximum of 5 hit points with lay on hands, and I know that if we use our medicine to heal Alora, now that we're out of combat, like lay on hands would have worked in combat, but now we're out of combat. If we use our medicine to revive her, and if she gets a decent roll, she'll get most of her hit points back anyway, and then I can use my lay of hands on Rhea, and we're good to go. That was my thought.
I mean, I've probably got better medicine than you do. So if anything, it should be me who heals Alora in that respect, and then yeah, you could use lay on hands on me.
Okay, well let's role play that. Is that okay with you, Drubbins?
Role play.
Oh yeah, for sure. Go ahead.
All right, so I'm over with Laura at the moment, and I turn to Delilah. Look, you need my healing more. You're gonna need the healing if we're gonna continue down that mine. Can you do anything for Laura? Can you revive her?
Okay, bearing in mind I have 2 hit points right now. I am like so close to dead. So I'm kind of like, I mean I don't really know I can't remember the kind of damage. The kind of damage that was done to me, but I'm kind of like I'm holding wherever the injury is, and I'm kind of staggering because I'm losing a little bit of blood. But I stumble over, trip a couple of times like in the sand because I'm still not quite used to how it feels underneath my feet. And I gently, uncharacteristically gently move Lyris out of the way, and I'm going to do a medicine check. I also pushed down a pillar.
The pillar's collapsed. Delilah's pure strength.
My adrenaline is really playing here. I'm like shoving shit away. But yeah, it's just
Show a giant stone pillar.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm going to perform a medicine check.
All right, so go ahead and roll a medicine check.
Wow. Okay, that was shit. Well, the left side says 5, but the right side says 21.
You don't get advantage.
Yeah,
I don't think.
So, okay, you know what? I'll give you advantage because Charlie is helping you.
Oh,
Okay,
I'm sitting there like
I'm
encouraging you.
fucking plus
So
3 advantage
yes.
to
So
shit
20
all for me, apparently.
So 21. Aurora, you're back, but with 1 HP.
Oh, thanks, guys.
Poggers.
Thank you so much.
That's so in character as well. Pog is the first thing that she says when she wakes up.
Sorry, we're going to roleplay it.
Do it.
Pog.
Pog. Pog. It's okay. It's just a language from my country.
You guys really are Twitch streamers, aren't you?
All right, so I'm okay. I'm just gonna roleplay. Right, you look. You both need some healing, but we haven't got time to go back and see. We've still got that guy in there that is injured. If you trust me, let me just place my hand on your shoulder. It will help the pain. And kind of like I gesture to both of them. Also, again, I'm just going to ask you, Dry Bones, as DM. Technically, lay on hands as a one at a time person, but considering we're out of combat, to save time from going, here's you, are you happy for me to lay on hands both, provided they both allow me to touch them?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, that's good.
So yeah, I kind of gesture my hands over that, hovering over their shoulders, kind of almost waiting for a, almost like an acknowledgement of yes, I can put my hand down on you.
I'm very kind of hesitant to even have him sort of touch me. But after a moment of kind of looking at him and, kind of, I'm taking in everything that he's ever said and done to me as sort of, I give him a curt nod and lean just slightly over to him to say, yeah, okay, you can heal me.
Okay, I rest my hand down on Delilah and look over to Laura.
All right.
Yeah. Again, quite hesitantly, like with Laura, she's kind of looking up. She's like obviously not. She's kind of out of it a little bit. But she like nods and kind of like sighs and nods. For Charlie to.
Okay, I place my hand down on Laura. I close my eyes and kind of bow my head very slightly, and use lay of hands. Specifically, I only have a pool of 5 at the moment. I'm going to give 2 to Delilah and 3 to Laura.
Okay, so you guys recover the HP. All right.
Thank you.
All right, so if you guys will just give me a minute, I'll clean up the combat round so we can get back to the table. And here we are, back at the table. All right. So, after using lay on hands and after distributing a decent amount of health to everybody and making sure everybody's rest up, one of the monsters managed to flee into the staircase leading down below. So, what would you guys like to do?
Right. In character. I know you two have taken quite a beating. I'm not sure if you have any other ways of healing yourself a little bit more, but look, I know common sense might say to go back to camp and sleep it off and come back stronger, but we saw that guy be dragged down there. We need to help him. He might not make it to daylight.
Mm-hmm.
I can't walk away from this.
I think it would be a really stupid decision to go and fight, but I'm not letting you go down there alone by yourself.
I can't. I would never forgive myself if I walked away from this situation.
Well, I guess we fight then.
And you, Delilah?
Okay, just before I go into roleplay, I just want to quickly say, with your lay on hands, Charlie, I don't know how much health that actually restored to me.
So I gave my lay on hands. The number I gave you was the hit point, so I gave you 2.
Okay, so I've gone up to 4. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, because I did that on purpose because I knew that Laura had 1 hit point, and I gave her the other remaining 3 because I only had 5 to give. So I know you're both on 4.
Okay, cool. Okay, so Delilah is like visibly distressed. She's still young. She's quite clearly frightened as well. She's kind of clutching her quarterstaff in her hands, like white knuckled grip, and kind of shaking a little bit, whether it's from fear or from the cold. A little bit unsure. And she keeps kind of looking to the tunnel, or looking to the entrance that we're going to be heading to, and then back to the camp. And she's a little bit in 2 minds about it. But ultimately, she just gives a very kind of curt nod, but doesn't say anything.
Well, look, what about this? You seem torn. Look, we're not far from Arthur. We're probably going to need his assistance. Why don't we? I'll stay here. I'll stay guard. Make sure that if that injured one leaves, I get him, and make sure that no one else comes up. Why don't you two stick together, run and get Arthur? He might. I don't know whether he has any way of healing you up anymore as well to get your strength up. Let's get him down here. Extra pair of hands, and go in as a group. How's that sound?
I look to Alora for what she wants to do at this point, because Delilah is very concerned and doesn't know what to do.
I honestly think this would be suicide, but like I said, I can't let you fight alone.
Again, question for the DM. I don't really know how it works. When it comes to medicine checks, like is there what other ways of gaining hit points are there? I know that a short or long rest gives you hit points. Is there any other way apart from short or long rest or spells? Is there any other way to gain hit points? As in, can you do a medicine check on yourself, anything like that?
Pretty much no. I mean, medicine check. It's more of like kind of a homemade rule. I think of being able to stabilize someone even if it's like a high roll.
Okay.
But that's more like kind of a homemade rule anyway. I don't really think you're supposed to be able to pick up people with medicine checks. But I do
Right, okay.
let you guys at least stabilize each other so you're at 0 health.
Gotcha.
Or you're at like 1. Like I said, like I did with Alora. So I can get you guys back to 1. But no, it spells, potions, or short resting.
Okay. And again, question, because I've never actually I've done long rest before. How you might tell me like how long is a piece of string, but like how long is normally a short rest, and how many hit points does that normally recover?
So what you have is something on your person called hit dice, and what hit
Yep.
dice do is you can choose to use them, and you roll it, and that's how much HP you regenerate in a short rest. Short rest is usually an hour long.
Okay. All right. So back into character. Now I know that information. Okay. Look. How about this for a new plan? You know, we need to do this quickly, but at the same time, I appreciate you two are hesitant with your current injuries. Why don't you two run back to Arthur, wake him up, and tell him what's going on? Send Arthur to me to stand guard whilst you two just take a quick hour and take a nap to, rest yourselves, do what you need to do for an hour to take a short rest, to try and recover your strength. When you've done that, come join me and Arthur, and we'll head in as a 4. That's the best I can suggest here as a middle ground. What do you guys think of that?
I don't know how good of an idea that is. One of them fled in there, didn't they? Who knows how many are in there? They might be bringing back reinforcements right now as we speak.
Even still, we need to catch them off guard. I'm sorry, but I cannot leave another person in there potentially to die overnight whilst I walk away. I can't do it. I will be going in. I will happily go in there alone, but I've seen what you guys can do, and I want you in there.
Are we really gonna do this?
Why don't you go have a short rest and see how you feel? You never know.
Nap time.
Because in all honesty,
Sleep
what's your hit dice? But for both of you, you see it. So where you had your death saves to the left, you've got it will say hit dice, and then in brackets a D.
D8.
And what you got, Bunny?
6.
You're not rolling it. You're just telling me what D number it is.
Yeah, she has a D6.
D6. So what that means is
Sarah is one of the lowest hit dice.
So Rhea could get up to 8 hit points, which would basically bring her back to maximum. And you could get potentially up to 6. So what's your maximum at the moment, Bunny?
9.
So
Same.
I mean, you two, let's say the odds are you even just get a 3 and a 4. That's going to bring you back to what, 7 and 9, which is basically full anyway.
Yeah.
Should we get?
Yeah, we'll do this. Okay.
All right. So.
Yeah. Okay. I'll say okay. Let me just catch my breath, and then if you insist on this suicide mission, then I suppose I'll accompany you.
Okay. So I kind of get my shield, and it kind of stand in front of the entrance the staircase down, and kind of just stand there, shield and sword, kind of my sword, because I don't want to use too much energy. My sword I've kind of stabbed into the ground, but I've got my hand on it ready to pull up, and my shield kind of same situation. I've jammed it into the sand in front of me, and I'm kind of leaning my hand over it, so I'm kind of rested, but at the same time ready in case something was to attack me. And I'm kind of gestured to them to start making towards Arthur.
All right. Well, sounds good. And so, are you two going to start making your way?
Yes, I think I will. I'm gonna kind of like stumble my way back, kind of across the sand, slightly up the dune. I'm very, very tired, and I'm gonna basically just kind of collapse next to Arthur. Really.
Okay. So you guys begin to make your way up the dune that you guys came from, and he's not very far away. And so you guys manage to meet Arthur, and you see that he still hasn't moved, and he's still collapsed in the back of the cart. seems to be unawoken.
What a god.
The fire is still like going, but it's starting to embers are starting to kind of like it's
Okay.
starting to, it's kind of like a glowing fire at this point. It's not really much of a flame anymore.
As I collapse down next to him, because I'm so tired and I've been kind of beaten and I'm pissed off still, but I'm still tired. I just kind of elbow him roughly in the ribs to try and wake him up.
And you kind of what was that? What?
Wake up.
So I guess the scout out the ruins didn't go so well.
Not so much, no. Lyris is currently standing guard. He needs help though. He needs some support down there.
All right, I'll go scope him out. Is he just over there to the east?
Yeah.
Fuck, is it east or what?
It is east, yeah.
Yes, over to the east. Yes,
Pulls
Alora.
that one moment.
Yeah.
Yes.
1 second. Yeah. Alora and I will rest here for a short time, and then we'll rejoin you down there.
All right. So, from your perspective, while they're going to wake up, Arthur, Weirs, I will let you know that while you're keeping guard, you do hear kind of a.
Not hearing it.
Yeah, can't hear it.
No.
Still can't hear it. You might need to up yours. So we can put time on the thing. What you can you? No. In your settings on Discord, do you want to change the sensitivity slightly higher, or do you want to try? You can do it again if you want to do it louder. But otherwise, you need to go to your Discord settings and make it so that your mic sensitivity, the little bar, you need to go slightly left, so slightly towards the yellow.
How about this?
I heard the first
breathing?
bit, but then it cut out, so I kind of heard a
Do you have to make it go left, or do you have to make it go left or right?
left. So the minus number should be going more minus.
All right, it's like at 70.
Even more minus.
Try again.
That's it.
Yeah, that's much better.
All right, so I'm gonna keep my thing on the slider, so to literally just like get ready to time stamp it. Ready?
Yo, what the fuck?
And with that, Lyris, that you kind of hear that noise, and you kind of feel like a sudden sense of dread, and you kind of look over in the hatch, and it seems like it's kind of something's not right.
Can I make a perception check to see like?
Yeah, go ahead and make a perception check. It's unknown.
Okay.
No way to know for sure.
I pick, as I've now heard something. I leave my sword is still kind of in the ground, but I've now picked up my shield.
Okay, just so you know, for people listening on podcasts, he rolled an 8.
Oh yeah, I forgot
Because
to mention that.
people like people on like Spotify can't hear us or whatever. But yeah, so you pick up your shield, then you kind of like, are you gonna walk towards it?
No, I because I'm still at the entrance of the stairs at this point. Wait, it was just breath, wasn't it?
It seems like it kind of made like a very foreboding kind of noise.
Okay, so it didn't sound like a injured person, like it could be the person. Okay, I'm not going to enter. I'm standing my ground. That's what I said I would do.
All right, fair enough. And as you kind of like decide to stand your ground, you see Arthur come over and said, "You kind of like, Weirs, I was supposed to meet you here. I heard you had a bit of trouble."
Oh,
And
Arthur.
he kind of looks and sees like the dead fan. He's like, I once more apparently slept through the fight.
Yeah, I mean that's 2 gold right there. No, we need your help. How much did the ladies explain to you?
Just that you really needed help, and that you just really needed help. That's about it.
All right. Well, this is what's happened.
And you guys had like a scrap. That's about it.
Yeah. So what happened is we didn't intend to come down. We were scouting from that dune over there, and we saw this. I can only presume at this point it was a guy. It sounded like it. he got dragged by 2 of these fish people again. He got dragged down the staircase, kicking and screaming, saying that not to hurt him. I think he's their prisoner. I don't know if he's injured right now. We took the initiative to attack these 2 guards that were standing there. We managed to kill one of them, as you can see. The other one, he's injured, but he ran down. We almost lost Alora, but we've managed to get them back. That's why they've gone back to have a short rest. But Arthur, you've seen some dark days. We can't wait any longer to not go try and save this guy.
I agree. We got to help. We got to protect the innocent. I guess it's the soldier in us.
Yeah, I mean, I've told the ladies that we'll wait for 1 hour. We're giving them a chance to have a short rest, but after that, Arthur, I'm going in.
All right, I'll go in with you.
And with that, again, we stand our guard because we're not actually going in yet.
All right, so are you guys going to take a short rest? The 2 spellcasters.
Yeah, just for basically the minimum time for us to be able to get some hit points back.
Yeah, please.
Yeah, so 1 hour.
All right, Millie, if you don't mind rolling a d6, and Delilah, you can roll just roll your hit dice. Okay, so that's how much HP you guys recover. 3 and 4.
Okay.
3 for Alora and 4 for.
Isn't that exactly
Delilah.
What I predicted?
That is exactly what you predicted.
Whee! Lyrus the
Only
prophet.
your maths was slightly off because you thought one of us would go back
That's
to full
100.
health.
That is 250 foul eggs for guessing correctly.
Oh, God, yes.
Oh yes, yeah, I did get my math wrong though. So yeah, Rhea's up to 8, which is 1 off a maximum, and Bunny's at 7, which is 2 off a max. Either way, that's still that's doable. We got Arthur now.
So you guys managed. Nothing really in the hour kind of catches your attention, Lyrus or for Arthur. So you guys rendezvous back at the entrance, and you guys kind of look down at the staircase. What would you guys like to do?
Oh, how was your short rest? Are you feeling ready?
As ready as I can be.
Still think this is stupid, but
We have to. We just have to. Okay, guys, I'll happily take the lead. Okay, I heard whilst you were gone, I heard kind of a foreboding breath. That's all I can really describe it. I've heard nothing else since. Arthur, stay close behind me. You 2 are both, I can see that you 2 are both ranged, so you guys stay behind and let's head in. Can I do a divine sense check to
Yeah. So
yeah.
Go ahead. So you use your divine sense. Something is definitely off. It's like it's kind of it seems to like it catches you kind of like a smell. It's not like the force isn't good. Like the sense you get is that something is not right here. Like for sure. That's all you got.
Something's not right in the air, guys. Stay close. Apart from the casters, you stay back.
I want to throw
helpful,
this out there.
thank you.
This is kind of like meta, but Arthur is a rogue, so he'll be able to do your stealthy thing. He'll be able to do stealthy things.
Oh, why was he asleep the entire fucking time? Why is he always asleep? Arthur! God damn it.
I love how earlier Charlie said, "Don't worry, guys, we have Arthur." This dude is such a joke. You expect me to to rely on this guy? Don't worry, guys.
Oh my God.
He's got this in the bag.
All right, so Arthur says, "Don't worry, you guys are kind of injured anyway. I can take the route ahead."
That
So-
roguish personality, honestly. Irresistible.
the new
Steal your
rogue, the new scent.
Eau de cologne.
Oh, the cologne.
Careful, Charlie. Ray's about to steal your man.
Felix is not enough. I must have Arthur too.
All right. So as you guys continue down to the hatch, cool air immediately comes up and just hits you all in the face like a wave. And the staircase you see staircase you see in front of you kind of leads what seems to be complete darkness. There will be no light source, human. So if you're human, You can't see.
Tee.
So
Physically,
you need
nothing.
So you need.
I mean,
you need to.
fuck.
So yes, all three of you can't see unless you have a torch or firelight source.
Wait, I
I'm
don't have a
pretty sure I
torch.
can.
I do have a torch.
All
I
right,
do not
so
have
yeah,
a torch.
you kind of hold out the torch. Laura kind of fireball, kind
I
of
thought
lights
that
it.
half elves could see in the dark.
They can,
not?
but
Is that-
the 3 other humans can't.
Oh shit.
Are
Selfish.
are there any other torches like in the vicinity, or is it basically like you have? Because like when you go into maybe like ruins or like a cave or something, sometimes there's already torches there, but they haven't been lit. Is there like any of those in there at the minute?
No, it is like this is an abandoned ruin. No, nothing has been
Gotcha.
here. Like other than like what you've literally seen in front of you, there seems to be like no signs of life anywhere.
Damn.
Okay. Well, I take out again a quick question for the DM. I've got 10 torches. How long do torches last?
Oh, they last for as long as you need to.
Okay, so I've taken away one from my items. Okay, yep. I light one of my torches.
You still have it. You don't need to take it away.
Oh, it's because it says I have 10 torches though. That's the thing. Like, why would I have 10 if they don't disappear?
I guess if you need more, but
Okay.
you don't really need them. Like they can stay lit.
Okay, so
Oh,
I
so-
light my torch.
I want to be different and use my fire powers.
Yeah, I was gonna say I've got
With my hand.
fire, but I never get to fucking use it.
So
You damaged a few trees and pillars.
Wow.
But those
Okay.
are
Low
fire.
fucking
low.
blow there,
There's a
Charlie.
gun.
Low blow.
all right. So as you guys just start to descend down this staircase, you enter what seems to be complete darkness, aside from your torch light and your fire abilities. As you descend further and further, you notice that there are images on the wall. They seem to be deities that you do not recognize. One of them seems to be a 3-tusked mammoth. Another, a whale, what seems to be that has trees and grass on its back. Another, a priest with 4 eyes holding what seems to be a floating orb. An orb with emitting some sort of energy that is hard to tell.
Can I make any kind of like history or religion check to see if I recognize any of these?
Make a religion check.
Oh, I got an 8.
It's way too old. This
Fuck.
place is. You not only did you not study this area, but this is pretty old.
Can I also
Aww.
try doing a religion check?
As you descend further, and if you want to, go ahead.
I'm not because I wouldn't know at all.
Okay. So
Only got 17.
17. Okay. So Aurora,
Well done.
you've heard whispers that some of the old gods in this area are pretty out there, and you can assume that these gods are what you see in front of you.
Oh no.
I can't tell if I was role playing or not. Oh no.
Obviously, the drawings on the wall depict these.
I mean, I guess you don't
Alright.
really have to say anything.
Yeah, I
Especially
guess
if like you don't really know it. Like
Yeah.
it's good to just kind of keep that in mind for yourself.
As you guys descend further and further, the drawings start becoming more cryptic. Shapes start being cut in odd formations, with triangles coming from them. They're starting to becoming misshapen, oddly shaped, like just all kinds of shapes, like a fish crying red circles. Even further, as you guys start to go down, the drawings keep being more and more insane, as if the creators of the drawings were slowly losing their mind as they descend further and further down the staircase, and as their mind slowly starts to decay. There are lines scribbling all over the place, connecting warped shapes and objects you can barely recognize, until the floor starts flattening out and these drawings become one singular corridor, and it starts leading you down one dark corridor.
What the fuck?
Bruh.
I kind of I'm kind of just kind of studying them, but don't really have anything to say about it.
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at the
Can-
paintings and sort of like an interest because I mean, as you can probably guess, I've never seen shit like this before, and I have my own interest in things like this. You know, I'm trying to study them, trying to gloss whatever I can from them, essentially.
How, out of interest, with the light sources that we've currently got, how far can we see in front of us?
I would say you can see about like 5 to 10 feet in front of you. Like 5 to 10
Okay.
feet's dim. Like the 5 feet is pretty bright, but outside of the 5 feet cone, it's kind of dim. Or outside the 5 feet circle, it's kind of dim.
Okay, so I turn
And that's
to...
a square on your battle map, isn't it? A square. So like to move straight forward would be 5 feet, but then to move diagonal is 10 feet. Is that right?
Yeah, that's what we do in battle. But if whenever you're in game.
Yeah, sorry, that's just kind of like how I'm visualizing it in my head.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes, that's how it works.
Okay, so I turn to Alora. Look, we've clearly we've got to the bottom. I'm not sure how long this corridor goes. Would you be okay with firing one of your? I'm guessing you can throw that fire. Can you blast down the corridor or something? It might give us kind of a follow the light and see what's ahead of us and see how long this corridor is. I'm worried about in case there's any traps or anyone waiting for us.
Yeah, I can still give it a try. I guess, should I just cast Firebolt?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
you're just gonna launch down the corridor.
Yeah.
All right. So you get it in hand, and then you send it off, and then as you go, you hear slowly goes further and further. As you guys see it pass, you guys see it eventually hits a room before it seems to burn a wall on the other side. It seems pretty far away. I would say if you had to guess it, it's like 40 feet away from you.
And we saw nothing. We saw nothing.
It's the corridor, and then until it opens up into a room that was the fireball was a contained light, and even when it hit, you guys couldn't see the room. It wasn't.
Yeah, but I mean, like the corridor it went down. We don't see anything.
Yes.
There.
No, it seems like 40 feet, and these drawings just keep going on and on and on.
Okay, let's move forward, guys. And with that, I kind of I start walking and hope they follow.
All right. So I'm gonna need everybody to make a perception check.
Oh, fuck.
All the humans roll with disadvantage. Everybody, and
yes.
Wait, so what's disadvantage? I'm sorry.
Okay, I'll explain that for roll 20. So you're always seeing two numbers when you roll.
Yeah.
The left number is always your standard roll. If Drybones ever says roll with advantage, you take whichever number is higher. If he says you're rolling with disadvantage, you have to take whichever number is lower. So, for example, I got a 16 for people on the podcast, and Rhea got an 18.
Well, if it wasn't with disadvantage, I would have got a 21. I'm just saying, but literally, I got an 18 even without advantage. So.
And Bunny got 6.
I just rolled a. Wait.
So it's with disadvantage.
She got 19. She's half elf. She could see in the dark.
Oh yes, sorry, yes.
She got 19. So you guys all rolled except Arthur, who rolled a 9. You guys all rolled above 15.
Nice.
So as a group, you guys pass. So as you guys continue down the dark corridor, you begin to hear whimpering and panting, as if something's injured or afraid. You kind of hear. It's kind of like frantic breathing, like irregular, something that you don't recognize. Like just the noise is very strange. It seems as if something's being cornered.
Does it sound human? Or not?
It sounds humanoid.
I feel like it's probably that. Well, I was going to say it's probably that guy from before, but no, who knows what's happened to him? To be honest, who fucking knows?
In roleplay, guys, that could be the guy we heard earlier. We're close. Follow me, and I kind of increase to a light jog, trying my best not to jingle my armor too much, my chainmail. With the intention of getting to. I want to end by being at. Was it a door you said into the room, or is it like just a corridor?
No, it's just suddenly it's a corridor, then it just opens up into a room. Okay,
I'm gonna kind of jog up to the point where I'm almost at the entrance of the room. So kind of unless someone is right at the entrance, they're not gonna see me. But I've got the torch; they're gonna see the torch, aren't they? But yeah, I run pretty much straight up to it.
So yeah, you run up to it, and then first off, I need marching orders. So how's everybody moving down this corridor? You can be side by side, but I just need a visual.
So I would have been at the front.
Okay. Yours is first.
I it's up to you as you're technically playing Arthur, but I would have suggested Arthur would have been literally right behind me because he was when we went down.
That makes sense. Arthur's right behind you.
Do we have light, don't we? We have a torch on, right?
You
I
have
have a
one
torch.
and Lyris is running with it, and the only other light is Laura, and it's in her hand. She's constantly keeping a fireball like ablaze in like a small form.
Okay. Wherever Alora is, basically, is kind of where I am. I'm sort of like not exactly latched onto her. I'm not like gripping onto her sleeve or anything, but I am. I am definitely kind of.
It's like gripping on her like her pant leg or something, like a person that's like just sick with their mom.
Yeah, I'm definitely like I'm staying close to her, because I mean she has a pretty consistent source of light, and I feel like. Delilah at least feels like she's got pretty good reaction times as well. So she definitely is looking up to Laura and hoping that she is going to.
Okay, so
help out.
so you guys want to go side by side?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I think so. Maybe I'm just slightly behind her, but only by like half a step.
All right, so I got you. All right, so as you guys don't have to roll again because you already rolled once and you rolled pretty well. So as you are, and as Lyris enter the room, Arthur soon after, and then the ladies enter right after you. You see a man. It seems to be a man, kind of dark, but it's very weird because he seems to be very disheveled. He just has like a loincloth on. He's covered in dirt, and you just basically see him. He's kind of like trembling. He's shivering. He's like. And he's kind of like and you see him. He's just kind of like drawing things, and he's kind of like quaking while he's writing. You can't hear what he's saying, but he's like kind of mumbling to himself while he's drawing. And you see that he's starting to draw. The drawings back that you saw over there were very, very old. It seems like he's kind of adding to them with a new kind of like he has kind of like a paint or whatever.
Okay, first question. Are there any light sources in this room, or are we still just going based on what we got?
It's like completely dark in here.
So I'm guessing he must be really close to me?
I would say he's about 20 feet from you.
So I do see him?
Yes, you see him.
Okay.
You rolled well for perception. So
okay, right.
You can already see him pretty well. Because your adrenaline's flowing through. You can see kind of well. You want to know what he's here, and you want to get down to business. So yes, you
Cool.
can see him very well if you move closer to him anyway.
Do I recognize? Or do I need to roll to see if I recognize him as the guy I saw earlier? I appreciate it was from a distance, but is it similar?
He's turned around, but you can tell this is not the same guy.
Okay.
The same guy you got same guy over there at least had clothes on, and he
this guy's in like a cloth, isn't he?
This guy has one cloth, and he has like what seems like a paint. His hand is like in like a fruit, and he's using the juice to kind of like draw on the wall.
Okay, so I am going to kind of slightly hushed and whispered, kind of be like, "Hey, are you okay?" And kind of step towards him. I've got my kind of. I'm still holding my torch in my left hand. I'm kind of holding my sword, which is currently sheathed, but I'm not going to draw it. And kind of walk over and go, "Hey, sir, are you okay?"
Okay. And just so so I'm gonna kind of like set the scene for you. So he's kind of like this, but he's kind of like crouched. He's like kind of painting, and when you say sir, and he's kind of like, and you can see he's like holding the fruit or whatever, and you say, "Are you okay?" And he kind of goes, and he kind of like scurries over to you on all fours. He's like, "Have you seen them? Have you seen them?"
If you're talking about the kind of half fish people, yeah, we've just taken one out. Did you see the other one come in here? There was one that came through shortly.
The demons. They were carrying cargo. We're
Cargo?
not safe here. We never been safe.
Why are you still here?
I can't leave. They'll know.
But okay, is there anyone else with you? How did you get down here?
We can't speak. There's too many voices in my head. There's too many voices. Too many perspectives, all converging.
I'm going to kind of turn to the others and kind of shrug my shoulders as if to be like, get a load of this guy.
Guy who asked for money at 7-Eleven or something.
Is there any kind of I suppose, I mean, I'm hoping that this isn't too meta or whatever, but like, is there any kind of check that I can make over this guy to see what the fuck is going on with him and why he's so odd?
Make a insight check.
I rolled a 14.
Okay. From what you can tell, he's been down here for quite a long time.
Oof.
He was down here in complete darkness and he was painting. And for a human, that's not normal. So he obviously has adjusted some sort of vision for this place. He's been down here for a while. Whether he's supposed to be down here or he came down accidentally, he stayed down here for a long time. But other than that, you can see that his demeanor is otherwise unnerving, as you can obviously tell.
How clearly can I see him?
I would say that since Lyris is getting closer and closer to him, he's going to be becoming more and more visible. And since you rolled high perception anyway, I would say you can see him pretty well. You can see him like that. He's kind of covered, like matted in dirt, and this is kind of like he still looks humanoid. He's just lost. Like he looks very like way down. Like he's lost his humanity and kind of like close. He's getting closer and closer. He's like on the brink of like being able to tell if it's a human or not.
Is he shackled at all, or is he just kind of like sitting in a corner, rocking himself around and just looking at everything like, bruh?
No, he was in a corner kind of thing, but free will.
Completely free will. Okay.
Free will is as in he's not chained.
Right. Okay.
So
good to know.
what would you guys like to do?
So I kind of like turn to Arthur and say, right, Arthur, see if you can get any sense out of him. In the meantime, Allura, you've got your light. Take the light. Do a quick circumference of the room. Let's see what else we've got in here, or at least see if there's any other entrances. You go clockwise. I'll go anti-clockwise. Let's see what we can find. And I move off anti-clockwise, kind of like following, like from the doorway. Thinking about light sources now. I leave Arthur with this guy. Basically, I'm going to be leaving him in the dark. Yeah, I take my torch and I go anti-clockwise around the room from that door, basically seeing if I can see either another entrance or anything else in this room.
Okay. So as I assume Delilah and Allura are still going to scan the room. So and as they go around scanning the room, I'm going to need both of you, if you want both of you to roll it separately, or one of you can roll with advantage.
For what, perception?
Not insight, investigation, because you're investigating the drawings and like anything about the room.
Okay, well, my investigation is advantage 3. Millie, what do you think we should do?
You can roll with advantage if you want. My investigation is only 1, so.
Okay, well, I will try my best. Oh wait, that's with advantage, so I got a 22.
Okay.
Nice.
So
bruv. Poggers in chat.
So looking at the you go around and it's just more and more like scribbles, random symbols you don't recognize. Like there's dry blood, there's scribbles, there's random shapes, there's distorted shapes. And then in like kind of behind some of the scribbles, since you rolled such a high investigation, you see the outline of the four-eyed priest. And in his hand, instead of being an orb, there's just a hole kind of thing.
So where the orb was in the previous painting.
The orb was like floating in his hand, and where the orb was floating, there's kind of like a divot in the wall now, as if there's something. There's a divot.
Okay, so
he's trying to tell us without telling us.
I'm going to approach it, and I'm just going to kind of like take a close look at it, and then I'm just going to unceremoniously take my dagger out, and I'm just basically going to stab where that hole was.
Okay.
Where that divot was. So
you kind of like run your fingers through it. You might need to give yourself a boost because it's kind of high up. You might somebody might need to hold you up, but Aurora, would you like to help her up?
Yes.
Could I have a boost, please?
Yeah, I get on like my knee and lock my fingers together and help Delilah up.
Let's do the naughty dog. Come on, get up. So yeah, you kind of like you feel the divot. It's weird. It's kind of like there's like some like liquid outlining it. Dry. There's some like residue or something. It's kind of ashen, as if it's kind of like something was burned.
So, I mean, this is a painting that we're feeling, isn't it?
Yeah, it's sort of like a mural, but it's scribbled over. Like this is so like it is so like scribbles are covering over. It's literally like if you have like a math problem, but then you just want you rapidly etched it out and just absolutely scratch through. Like you're barely, since you rolled such a high investigation, you see it. But like to other people, this would just be another like hole in the wall or whatever, or they wouldn't even know it's the hole in the wall. It's a very slight divot that only you saw.
So it's not necessarily like a hole. It's kind of like is it like a small kind of dent almost?
Yes, it's as if like a dent, and it has like some ash and residue in it.
Okay. Against my better judgment, I should probably do a check or something before this. But actually, I think I might have already done it where you said that I run my fingers over it.
Yes, and you have like there's some like ash on your fingers and some of that residue I was talking about that you don't know.
Nice.
You don't know.
Quick question for the DM. Again,
Yes.
I'm still trying to learn D&D. Is it kind of ill manners / against what you should really be doing in D&D if I think I figured out what you're supposed to do with it, but I technically shouldn't say because my character would have no idea and it's not my...
No, just say whatever. We're brainstorming here.
So if it's got... Okay, so just checking for future references, if I like have an idea with someone else, even though I haven't perceived that of it at all, I can kind of talk to the map character and be like, hey, what about this?
Yes.
But I wouldn't roleplay it because my character would be like, no idea.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, you can help them out like that.
So surely if there's ash in it, that shows, if it's divot, it's, I'm thinking it might be some sort of like, button or some way of activating something else to happen, where it's going to light up the room. I don't know. The fact it's got ash in it probably means that maybe it's activated with fire, and that's residue from previous fire or something. So I don't know if one of you can either cast a fireball at it or bring up a flame and put the flame in there or something that might activate it or something.
Yeah, I was considering that. Just with the fact that it's a mural, is it like I'm sorry to be like really kind of finicky about this, but like is it painted on, or is it like a tapestry or what?
It is hand painted on the wall. This is like
cave paintings.
hand painted stone that's been like you can assume was painted by like 2 fingers.
It's like cave paintings.
Okay.
Yes, and it's like ancient cave paintings, and it's like you recognize like the vague shape because they're able to get like some detail. You assume that like they had some sort of like material because they had like thin lines or whatever. They weren't just like using fingers, but some parts they did like use their hand for.
Okay. What I'll do then is quickly, whilst I'm still boosted up, I suppose, I will cast prestidigitation, and I'm going to try to set alight the ash and just kind of see what happens. Not really expecting much, but we'll see.
Okay, so as you cast the spell, you immediately fire, like you said you were going to launch like a spark or like fire at it.
Yeah, so part of this is part of the spell is that I can light something or snuff something out. So my ideal approach to this is to see if I can ignite the ash, essentially, or something similar.
Okay.
I suppose.
So you do it, and you cast it. And how do you want to cast the spell? Like, how do you want to cast the spell?
Oh, it'll be with like a little click of my fingers, basically. So just a little that.
Okay. And as you do, it kind of like it goes towards the divot, and you kind of hear, and you see like it starts to ignite, and you can see the flame is starting to like singe the wall a bit, and it's kind of like sitting on the orb, and the orb is just kind of like it in the painting. What you can recognize is like it's like an orb of like flame, basically. And as you see this orb of flame, you hear.
Didn't hear that.
Oh, we couldn't hear that.
You need to be loud with your sound effects, buddy.
All right, 1 second. You hear.
Yeah, got that.
I knew it. I knew it'd do something.
I was gonna get to that eventually.
So we just hear that, but nothing else.
You hear it, and then you kind of see out of the corner. You see that like Risen is like a small, like in the corner. It's like a small entrance. It's about like 2 feet tall, but like 4 feet wide.
Okay, so it's like a small like place we can crawl through. It's just opened up.
Yes, and it seems
Perfect for us short people.
Perhaps.
Okay. In the meantime, I'm going anti-clockwise. I hear and I both hear and see, obviously that little bit of fire. And I head over towards them. Delilah, what did you just do? What did you find?
To be honest, I haven't got a clue, but it seems like it's opened something up.
Oh yeah, I can see. Arthur, how are you getting on with that guy? Has he told you anything else?
He seems to be kind of just minding his own business. He hasn't really told me anything. He's kind of out of it, and he doesn't really seem to know much besides they and monsters and demons.
Okay, well look, he seems to be okay for now. You know, the monsters clearly came through this way and didn't harm him. I don't know why. Hopefully he'll be here when we cut back on. We can try and get him out of this place, but we need to carry on. Has anyone else seen any other exits any other doors other than this weird entrance?
No, I've been a little bit too preoccupied with the mural, unfortunately. I'd like to take this moment to say that I have now stepped down from Alora's hands, and she is not still carrying me like this. Just like holding me up by my waist, like, please
basically.
Hurry.
That's what I thought.
Okay, well,
initially.
I'm going to hand my torch to Arthur. Arthur, lower this down to the ground for me. I'm just going to lay down and see what I can see, and I'm going to kind of get on my knee or lay down a bit, and hopefully Arthur's going to hold the torch down and see what I can see down there.
Wait, so hang on. How tall are you?
I'm 6'1".
Okay, and where you're looking is a tiny hole, right?
He said 2 foot by 4 foot.
4 foot, 4 by 6.
Or 4 by 6. But it's 6 foot.
Wait. No, it's I said 2 by 4, didn't I?
Yeah,
so 2 by 4.
And you said it was 4 wide, 2 tall. So like, you know,
2 tall and 4 wide. Yeah.
Yeah. So I've had to like basically lay down to be able to see underneath this.
So can people access that no matter who we are? Basically, can we all access that slot whilst prone?
Yes, you can all like at least see in, and it's just kind of
okay.
Maybe shoulder to shoulder.
Okay, yeah, but what I mean is, like, would we all be able to get through that hole if we all kind of crawled through it, or is it a case of it is too big? It is too small. Sorry, for certain 6 foot people here.
It is too big for certain 6 foot people.
Oh, sure. Well, hold up a second. Sorry to break the realism, but surely 2 feet.
No. We're listening to the DM.
If I was going to crawl, I mean, I'm not sure if I'm going to yet. I'm just looking through it at the moment. But surely, if I was going to like army crawl through it, I'd only have to. The 2 foot would only be like. Correct me wrong in case I'm thinking of this wrong. I'm thinking of like a slot in the wall that is now 4 foot wide, 2 foot tall. Surely, if I was to army crawl through that, actually, this is a question. Did that slot appear from floor level, or did it appear like as if like it was a
level?
Okay, yeah. So surely I could army crawl through that because that.
I'm not.
The only reason I said no
wearing,
is because you have armor.
Yeah,
exactly.
True. That's what I was
and you're
thinking.
and you're tall,
armor.
and you have swords, and you have your shield, and you're trying to squeeze yourself through this, and something's gonna get stuck.
Yeah,
okay.
So it's either going to be me or Alora going through there.
All right. Well, in the meantime, I still lay down. Give Arthur the torch so I can look through. What do I see?
Okay. So you kind of like does anybody crawl through? Like, is that what are you guys crawling through?
I'm just looking. I'm just looking at the moment. I've asked them to bring the torch down to see what I can see.
It's pitch black. It's pitch black on the other side.
Okay.
Nothing.
Okay,
nothing
I'm just gonna crawl through because at this moment Delilah is thinking like, well, you know what? I've been sort of useless this entire time, so maybe, just maybe, I can try and prove myself.
All right. So how do you want to try and get
yeah,
through
I'm
there?
just. So I am going to be awkward, and I'm going to kind of crawl up to it, like hands and knees, and
Okay.
then I'm going to turn around. Oh, actually, first of all, before I do that, is there so through this hole? Because it's at floor level, does the floor continue through there? Am I crawling through into another space, or is it a drop off and I would be dropping into another room?
It seems by the fire that there's a floor on the other side directly. It's like literally just like room to room. It seems like, because based off the torchlight that Weir's had.
Right. Okay. Okay. Well, then ignore what I said. Where I do hands and knees. I just kind of army crawl, through the bottom, like as quietly as I can, really, with my dagger out. Not that it's going to do anything, but it's a little bit of safety, a little bit of a safety blanket for Delilah, to be honest.
Okay. Getting in there, just so you know, Weir's, did you end up throwing your torch through?
I will seeing her crawl through now. At the point that she kind of gets through it, I kind of hand the torch to her. I roll it through.
On fire.
I don't think. Can your quarterstaff fit, Delilah, or do you have to leave it in the other room? Because I don't really.
I was planning on just kind of like
I can pass it through.
huddling it to myself, like kind of underneath me. I kind of like crawl with it, sort of like as my body is parallel. So like if you can see in Charlie's screen, in his thing, as my body is parallel, my staff is kind of parallel with my actual body. So I've kind of just got it like squished underneath me, and I'm just kind of like tugging it up awkwardly.
Okay, yeah. So you make your way to the other side, and with the torchlight, you kind of hold it up. It is like you see, and there's a giant column in the middle, and it has a bunch of holes through it. You don't exactly know what it does. But you're sure that there's something that should go through there, because it's a hole on one side through the other, but that's all you really know. I would say there's about like 4 holes total, and I'm counting in twos. So one hole, entrance and the exit hole count as one. I'm counting as that's one straight through. So there's one of those. There's 2 and 3 and 4. Basically, it's a pillar of a couple of holes.
Okay. Okay. So I'm alone in this room, right?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to kind of put my head down to the floor and turn back to the room that I was just in. And I say, Alora, can you fit through here?
Laura is able to squeeze through, and so for right now, she's able to squeeze her way through. Delilah, looking there, like looking at the post, make an investigation check for me.
Okay. So no advantage. So I got 13.
Okay, so you notice on the pillars that there are some splinters of wood on it, a few.
Right.
Just in like on the holes, like as if it was like placed there.
So some splinters of wood on otherwise stone pillars.
Yes.
Okay. If I go closer, does anything change? It's a bit of a broad question to ask, I suppose, but I'm assuming that they're like on the other side of the room to me, or somewhat further from me. Can I, picking up Laris's torch, can I see anything further?
So looking in with the torch, you can see that it's, I guess, just a solid stone pillar. I mean, there's nothing that, I mean, there's a couple like wood pieces, but it's nothing that really, it just like nothing seems. The only thing that pops into your mind is just like that something wood has been here, but nothing like anything like that.
Okay.
Delilah, what is this?
If I'm going to be honest with you, I don't have a clue, to be honest. there's some pillars here. We've got some wooden splinters on them, some holes, but honestly, I do not know. This could be a puzzle room for all I know, a hidden doorway perhaps. But either way, I think it's us on our own. I don't believe the other two can fit through here.
Okay. So what would you guys like to do?
So the description that Tribones gave was kind of like, apparently there's like one pillar in this room. The pillar has 4 holes in it that kind of go all the way through the pillar. So it's kind of like, yeah, four holes that go all the way through, and they're kind of like staggered going up. And within the holes, there are some like splinters of wood that are kind of like obviously been placed there. That's kind of as much as you can see.
Okay.
Oh wait, they were in the holes? Shit.
Yes.
Okay. Is there anything can I roll something to check? See if I.
I would say that Delilah already rolled investigation, but I mean, there's not she rolled decently high, so there's nothing really you can tell that otherwise.
Okay. I don't know what to do. It's just a wooden pillar.
It's a puzzle.
Like we're stuck in a puzzle. Okay, I am going to approach the pillars, and I'm going to remove
Stick your arm
the
through.
splinters of wood from the holes to see what will happen.
So you remove the small like specks of wood that are kind of left in there, and nothing really seems to happen.
Shit.
Stick your arm through. Stick your arm through. Stick your arm through.
I guess Alora's gonna go up and she's gonna put her arm in it.
You stick your
You're gonna lose
arm.
it.
You stick your arm in it. Nothing seems to happen.
Damn.
Can we is there anything else around in this room?
I'm looking at all
Is
my
it-
spells.
The room seems empty. It's completely barren room. It seems like the only way in or out so far, it seems to be the hole you crawled through.
Can we try and break this pillar? I don't know what to do.
I feel like it's gonna be so obvious. Oh no.
Should we try and attack it? and
take
blast it with
out a dagger and
fireball?
just start stabbing it like
Stupid rock! I hate you.
Okay.
How tall is Arthur?
Arthur is he's like 5'8".
Could he fit?
I would say Arthur can fit.
He can.
Yes, I would say Arthur can fit.
Arthur, get your ass in here right now.
Yes, ma'am, and he kind of crawls his way through.
Poor Charlie, all by himself now.
Arthur he's like, well, there's obviously something wood that's supposed to be placed there. Do you guys have any like sort of poles or anything that can maybe stick through it?
Not my quarterstaff.
I can imagine just like you put it through and then you just like push or whatever and it just snaps.
No.
It's like no.
I mean, it's not a bad idea.
Okay, so
have a
something
javelin.
wooden. Yeah. Okay, so I reluctantly put my quarterstaff into one of the holes. I'm not really sure which one. Just at this point, I'm just kind of grasping for straws. So I'm just like, and just like stuff it into one of them.
Yeah, I guess I'll do the same with my javelin.
All right, yeah. So you guys start pushing, and as you do, oh, sorry,
Didn't hear
Okay.
it.
it's stone moving noises. Yes, that noise. Okay, and it starts to move. It starts to move kind of seamlessly, and you start to move more and more. And as you turn, you're going to see a door raise on the other side of the room. Start to slowly raise, and stone moving noises as well. Thank you. And it eventually reaches the top until it reaches its top. And then the door is officially opened.
You're telling me I put my arm in this thing? We were stood there in this room looking at it blankly, like dumbly.
Put your arm
I'm
through
so
for your
lucky that
weapon.
we had
A door-
wooden
a door-
shit on us.
A door opened on the other side as well, in the room previous. So
Oh, so I can now walk in.
so that Weir's can fully walk in.
Yay!
I feel so
Um,
stupid.
Nice. How did you manage to do that?
Fuck knows, mate. Let's just keep going. I'm over this cave.
But like, how did
Through
you
the
how did you
ruins.
get the door to open?
Like I said, fuck knows. We just stuck our sticks into a hole, okay?
Okay, so
I
my
just want
next.
to get out of here. I want to go sleep. I'm not fucking about with this place.
Okay, well, that's why I can see your stress. I'm just trying to make sure we stay safe. You said that you opened this door with putting your weapons through. Well, before you take your weapon and like, should we try testing to see if taking your weapon out closes the door? Because the last thing I want to happen is for you to get squished as you try to walk out with your quarterstaff.
I think that's the most sensible
Yeah,
thing you've said
I
all
guess
evening.
so. I'm just annoyed, so I just like whip my quarterstaff out quickly to see what happens.
Yep.
You can tell it's starting to slowly. Like actually no, it stays. The door manages, both doors manage to stay open.
Okay, good.
Okay, so it's not like an Indiana Jones moment where we're like,
No,
fuck,
you're not.
run!
Or you gotta
like
leave-
skim underneath
You-
it. Oh no,
you don't
my
have to get the
hat! And you got to reach
Yeah,
through and pull it
you're
back.
not gonna get the hat.
And, and we're not gonna have to leave a weapon behind. Okay, well, great. Now we can see that you can take your weapons. Right, let's carry on. And again, I kind of walk past them and take the lead, as it were. Again,
Okay,
and walk through the next door.
So, just so you know, as you guys start walking, I would say so far when you guys say, "All right, let's go," I would say that Delilah, it's Delilah and then Aurora, kind of like side by side, still kind of illuminating, walking, and Weirs is going to take the lead, and then suddenly you hear, "Don't you fucking move,
Bro.
and Delilah and Aurora, as you look back, you see Weirs being held at knife points, like, by Arthur, and he says, "Don't you fucking move! I'll slit his throat right now." And that's where we're gonna end tonight's session.
Oh,
What
snap!
can? Sorry, I'm talking about Arthur, not Dry Bones.
Oh dear.
Oh, I put so much faith in him as well. Oh, he was such a cool guy. Oh, I'm so upset.
Oh, snap! All right.
It's okay. Maybe he has an ulterior
Oh,
motive.
by the way,
and
before we
he's actually a really nice guy.
end the recording, I wanted to say you guys level up, level 2.
Oh, nice.
Oh yeah.
All right. So, we'll, go on.
level 2. So next time the podcast, we're gonna level up outside. I can say here, we'll do one part of it. I do want. Let's roll your hit dice. Each one of you roll your hit dice, and that's how much HP you're gonna gain.
Yay! I got another 5.
Actually,
super
can you-
quickly. Does that mean that
Wait,
I hit
actually, you rolled here. I'm gonna say no. I think it's no modifiers actually. So you don't get the +1. So it's just you get 4.
Aw.
So you get 4 HP. Lyris, you're going to get 5
Yep.
extra, and Aurora, you're going to get 5 as well. And
Cool.
so next session, you guys will have that much more HP that you guys hopefully wrote down somewhere. So we'll handle the leveling up process outside of stream because it's our first time leveling up like properly because like this first campaign and all things like that.
Will our current hit points reset, or are we still sitting at our current for next time
No,
until we have a long rest?
next time you get full.
It's as if we had a full rest
Regained.
in that cave.
Yes,
Okay,
you got
cool.
you got like a full rest plus your HP.
All right.
Cool.
Just going to quickly say
Sweet.
now, guys, thank you very much for watching episode 2 of Dungeons and Chickens. Appreciate all of the love and support for the first episode as well. Feel free to put in the comments below what you guys think so far and what you guys think of Arthur.
Yeah, that was absolutely
that
crazy,
slimy bitch.
guys. Guys, this was so much fun to DM for. Thank you for having me again. Lovely hanging out with you guys as always. But remember, Dungeons and Chickens, hopefully every Friday. Love you guys. Stay safe, and I'll see you next time.
Stay awesome.
Bye.
Bye.